we were in Florida and we were hungry, and we went for some steak, and we had our dinner and that, and I think it's their equivalent to the Angus Steakhouse.
Yeah.
Right. And sat down, had the steak, and that's huge, big portions. But anyway, we didn't have much money left, and we had like another 2 days left, so we didn't have much money for a tip. Do you know over there they expect it?
Yeah, a big tip, yeah.
So we left what we could, and I don't know what it was. It might have only been the equivalent to 60 pence.
Yeah.
But he didn't have to do that much. We didn't have loads of courses because we didn't have much money. So he brought us like the main course, and I don't know, a couple of Diet Cokes. And anyway, left them the 60p.
Yeah.
On the way out, and he comes running over. Excuse me, sir, you can have this back. Because it wasn't enough. I mean...
Yeah.
It's outrageous.
What did you say?
I said, alright then. Yeah. Well, I needed it. I mean, I thought it was nice to leave them something, but obviously it wasn't enough, so he got us a couple of more.
Is it good fun with you on holiday? I mean, do you enjoy yourself? Yeah. Do people go with you on holiday?
I get bored after about 4 days.
You surprise me.
What do you expect out of a holiday, Carl? What do you go
sort
for?
Of soak up some of the culture.
Yeah.
You liar. You liar.
What did you learn about Barbados while you were there?
A lot of crabs on the beach.
I just imagine him sitting there with his knotted hanky on his head. I like that.
Not bad.
Bit of Gary Newman there. That's Richard X and Sugar Babes. Are Freaks Electric.
Is that one of those things where they've taken one song and they've laid it over the top of the other?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
It's good, no?
No, it's good.
Good.
Yeah, it's classy.
Yeah, well, we're nearly done, aren't we?
We are almost finished.
Which is a couple of great tracks.
We've had a few laughs.
Maybe we've had a few laughs, haven't we?
Exactly.
I've perked up.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah,
You've lost it here a bit though. You feel a bit. It sounds like you're a bit down again.
Well, it's, that's just 2 hours work in one long stretch.
Yeah.
I reckon we could do a 3-hour show now.
No.
No? Skin of the teeth, sort of just.
Yeah, we barely got away with this.
Really?
This is beginning to fall apart now.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Oh.
But yeah, we've had a good time. We've had a few laughs, as I say.
I just think of Karl on the beach. He said he started winding the crabs up because he got bored. He started throwing sand at them. It's like a child's experiment.
When you were in California, you weren't aggravating butterflies, were you? Because, that's a misdemeanor.
Scary though, the weather's really freaky.
Where?
In California.
Is it?
Yeah. In the day it's dead nice, come 6 o'clock it goes black, and then the rain comes down. It's freaky.
Is that every single day, Karl, or was that just the week you were there?
Every day. I was there for about a week. It happened every day.
So as far as you're concerned, that happens all year round?
Yeah, good thing.
So what you're saying is if people are booking a holiday, they should be conscious of it, because it will always happen.
Californian tour.
That's
fact. I think it does.
But why did you start throwing sand at crabs, by the way?
Just because, you get bored on the beach, you sat there, you look around, and then I saw these crabs, and I was watching the way they move around, and what
funny,
they do,
innit?
sort of to...
That annoy you, the way they moved?
No, I mean, it works for them.
Good of you.
But, it was just, what I was weighing up is, they're quite close to the sea, so I was watching the sea come...
They like it close to the sea, don't they?
Yeah, but they don't like it too close.
No.
So, like, the sea was coming close to them, they'd run towards me.
Yeah.
So as the sea came in to them, I was chucking sand the other way, and it was like, ooh.
They didn't know what to do.
They didn't know where to go.
Really?
Yeah.
How long did that keep you occupied for?
The last 3 days I was there, maybe.
Have you ever seen, I don't know if I've described this before, do you remember a classic Paul Daniels episode, where, Paul is having tea with some baboons, I think? Chimps, full circle. And, he's got a little box, and inside the box is a mirror. And he gives it to the chimp, and it looks in the box, and it's confused by its own reflection. It can't figure it out. So it's looking behind the box, trying to figure out, is there another monkey behind it?
Yeah.
It goes on like that. It's dazed and confused. It was there for weeks, just staring into it. I imagine you're a bit like that on the beach with the crabs.
Yeah, that's great.
I think that's my analogy. Paul Daniels chimps.
I kept a crab once for a week. When we went to Bognor, it was me, my mum, and my nan in an...
Oh, party time. Oh, man alive.
Look. You haven't lived until you've woken up to the sound at 3 o'clock in the morning of your nan having a wee in a tin bucket and echoing round a caravan.
Man alive.
Yeah, I was about 9.
You'd brought a chick back.
I was about 9, right? And I just kept a crab in a first day I
in the bucket.
I don't know where it came from. No, I found it on the beach and I brought it back and I kept it in a little bowl in the sink. And then the last day, it started to smell a bit. And then the last day, Mum said, go and put it back. And I went and put it back. So I had a pet crab for a week.
And did it die? What happened to it?
No, it just got bored.
Sure.
It didn't do a lot.
Did it start throwing sand at you? Oh. Listen, I think we better play some music because we've got a few songs to squeeze in. I just wanted to play a track. I was watching MTV the other day and I was a bit confused.
Yeah, so was I. I like that.
Because, I saw a video for the Electric Soft Parade's Silent to the Dark.
Yeah.
But it was called Silent to the Dark 2. But it was the same song. It sounds like they've redone it. The video is different to the old video. I was very confused. Hopefully someone will phone in and solve it for me. Anyway, this is the original Silent to the Dark. Still a good track. Let's hear it, Carl. Silent to the Dark, the debut single by the Electric Soft Parade.
I like that.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good choice there.
Apparently discovered by XFM. Is that right, Carl?
Yeah, sent a tape into Claire Sturgis.
You see?
Big time now.
What did she do with it? Sold it.
Yeah.
Got a little £5 starter bag of Skag.
Exactly. Oh,
and the rest is history. Well, I've enjoyed myself.
I have.
But can I just say, we don't just muck around and do stupid things and play great music. We're also informative. And I'm going to leave London with this tip that Karl, for no reason, just told me. Do you want to do it, Karl, or shall I tell him what you just said?
Rick, we haven't got much time, you better explain it.
Okay. He said, you've been on the Millennium Wheel? I went, no. He went, well, if you do, here's a tip. Go when there's lots of disabled people on there. And I was up for it. I went, why? He went, you get more for your money, because they have to keep stopping and letting them off. You get an extra 6 minutes. Alright?
Good, solid advice if you're
so
ready to
that
go there today or tomorrow.
Yeah. Thanks.
Song for the ladies, Rick. I'll leave you with Lamb Chop. A lot of people aren't a fan of Lamb Chop for some reason. They don't like the way he sings, but this is a beautiful song.
That's the reason.
Up with people. See ya.
Bye. White Stripes, fell in love with a girl, XFM 104.9. 1:05 of a Saturday. That's what DJs say.
Of a Saturday, yeah.
Yeah,
of a Saturday.
Fast approaching.
Yeah, time fast approaching 1:10. What do you mean it's fast approaching? What's it speeding up, is it? Time's speeding up as it gets towards 2:10. Shut up.
Ricky Gervais, obviously.
With him, Steve Merchant.
Yeah, and Karl Pilkington.
Let's not forget Karl P, the K-Man.
He's growing on people now.
Love him. People
was thinking, oh God, he's too much. Now they're going, they love him. Like, same as you. I mean, they still think you talk a little bit too much, but I mean, they love Karl. But, I shouldn't say that because it'll rock your confidence.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I am a man of nerves. Sorry, I'm sidetracked, Rick, because I'm looking on the internet here, on the website for XFM.
Yeah.
Because I was, partly bored, but also I was looking on the other day.
That's nothing I said though, was it?
No.
Right.
No. And, there were some people, commenting on the show.
Yeah.
And one person on there, I'm trying to find it, I don't want to misquote them, but basically, as far as I remember, they said that, we knew even less about the music than the DJs that are on in the week.
Right. I think that is scientifically impossible.
Yeah.
So they've embarrassed themselves.
Exactly.
I think it's impossible.
You can't know less than the people that are on
I
in the
don't
week.
think so.
It's just,
I mean,
it's like, it's not trying to multiply 0. You just end up with 0. It doesn't make sense.
I checked with Steve Taylor, the man with the knowledge. He should know. But I don't think that's really annoying.
It's so annoying because I'll tell you this, we are passionate about the music and we do know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Just because we don't read the back of the CD box like
I'm playing the list we're given with the 9 CDs that are on the playlist every month.
There's a piece of paper here.
The Carl's looking at me like he's thinking, oh no, we're having a go.
You've given away the magic of radio. You get pieces of paper here, and they've got little bits of details. So, for instance, White Stripes, this is the next single off White Blood Cells, February 2002. Now, it sounds like we know about the music. We read that off a piece of paper.
Exactly. Whereas, when we say about music and we're wrong, at least it's 'cause we didn't know.
Exactly.
See?
Alright? Don't criticise us.
Look at the All-Stars. The old.
So, can I just, I don't want to criticise there, but if I was listening and I'd enjoyed that track and I wanted to know what it was, I wouldn't have understood what you just said.
Really?
Could you just say that again?
Low Fidelity All-Stars.
Yeah, Low Fidelity, because you went Low Fidelity, wasn't it?
I was doing me DJ talk,
no, it's just you didn't know your mouth wide enough.
I can't be bothered.
No, sure.
It's, it takes too, look at, listen to him crinchling his little, crinchling.
You're not crinchling.
You're not crinchling your Jaffa cakes, are you?
He wasn't going out on air. No one knew.
I bet you're one of those people in cinemas that think you're being really quiet eating a bag of crisps, aren't you? Do you go to cinemas?
I haven't been for a bit, actually.
What do you do, Karl?
Karl!
What's an entertaining evening for you?
Yeah.
What would you do to occupy your time? Your hobbies, for instance.
Might get a video out from prime time.
Right. What would you enjoy that, or would it just be a chore for you?
No, I think things like that.
You really hate doing that.
That's when you really switch off and you forget all your problems and stuff.
Why, you haven't got any
You
problems?
haven't got any problems, Carl.
You don't know that. I put on a face when I'm with you.
You wear a mask. Are you crying inside,
This
Carl?
is you being the happiest you can be. You're like a clown, aren't you? Oh,
Do you think I'm like a hard, miserable man? Because there was somebody else.
I don't think
who
you're
said
hard.
this the other day, and like I said to him, I can't watch The Elephant Man because it upsets me.
God, you're the best! You don't know you're doing it. You're
No,
the
but
best.
Can you watch it?
Well,
I always, when it gets that bit where they're carrying him through the village and messing about with his head.
Do you know, this is true. My dad watched that once, and we were watching it. My mum and my sister and that were all quite moved by it, almost reduced to tears, thinking it was a wonderful example of man's inhumanity to man and all that thing.
Yeah.
And my dad just went, "Wouldn't he make an amazing novelty rucksack?" And it cheapened the film for me, and I've never had this sort of.
Steve was thinking, he's not that ugly.
Ooh. Blimey, here we go. We were laughing at Carl. Can we focus on one person at a time, Rick, please? Let's destroy him first.
Oh, God. Tell him what you said to me when that record was playing about the Jaffa Cakes. He bought some Jaffa Cakes, which was lovely. He went across the road and he handed out the Jaffa Cakes. And then I went, oh, thanks very much. And then what did you say?
I just remember learning at school. I'm not like making fun of the illness because it's not funny, but they cure cancer.
Jaffa Cakes cure cancer.
Not like fully.
Right. They just go some way to helping.
Yeah. Do you know, it'll sort of help. If you've got it, you can't say, right, get me a load of Jaffa Cakes.
Right.
But I think it sort of puts a bit of a stop to it if you haven't got it. Do you know what I mean? It's like having vitamin tablets.
Is this medically proven? Should we get Dr. Fox down here to confirm that?
I can't. I actually can't cope. You're just play a record. Play a record.
Can I just, if anyone has ever survived cancer thanks to Jaffa Cakes, please call in.
No, but I didn't say
He
that.
said, and then he went, it's the orange thing in it. And then he tried to read it. He said, I wonder if it's, and he tried to read out this scientific name. That's my favourite one I've ever done.
It's great, isn't it? Yeah, really
good. Yeah.
Because I always had a problem with Gomez before, because it always sounded like they were trying to sound like these world-weary Tom Waits style, gravelly voice guys.
And they were 20.
And they were like 14, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that's great. That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
well
terrible.
Well done, boys.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
Ricky Gervais gives it thumbs up.
Oh, dear. Can I play an Elvis Costello track?
Do you know, I'd love to bloody hear some Elvis Costello. Why are we saying that?
Well, you know why? Because we met him and he's a lovely man.
We did meet him, yeah.
And
without wishing to show off.
I remembered all the great songs he's ever done. I didn't like his spoken word much, too much, and some of his later projects I thought were a little bit, but his own songs from 1978 to about 1980 I thought were great.
Why did we meet him? I can't just remember why we met him, Rick.
Oh, I wasn't doing that.
No, I can't remember.
We won an award.
Was it because we won another bloody award? Stop giving us awards, please.
Oh, God.
Not enough room in my house.
Oh, dear, we've only got two.
Yeah,
and we haven't got one of those. The one was the BBC, so he's got a lot of room in his house. And I've got the other one, he let me have it, so he's got no award in his house at all.
Can I,
You can borrow it.
Can I don't know who you're talking to someone. I spoke to Richard Wilson from One Foot in the Grave.
I spoke to him.
Yeah, but he's a lovely bloke. He's a
Yeah.
really nice guy. But he said to me, could I do a cameo in the office for £40,000? And I went, could like Ricky do like an amusing pratfall or something, and then you just come in as a cleaner and go, I don't believe it. And he looked at me like, why have you said that? Why have you brought that up? I felt so guilty.
Oh no!
I so wanted to apologise.
But why is it so? We know it's wrong to
I
do
don't
that.
know why I said it.
We
I don't know
know.
why I said it.
Do we think no? It's different for me.
Exactly. 'Cause we're in the business.
I'll do a new twist on.
Yeah.
I don't believe it, and he'll go. That's the best. I don't believe it twist I've ever heard.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Why did you? You didn't tell me that.
I know. I felt ashamed. I felt really ashamed.
No.
I was a little bit drunk. I wasn't thinking straight.
Oh,
it was so
no.
embarrassing. I was talking to a friend of mine who said, who was it? I can't remember. He said that he was watching it was a sports cast, which it may have been, Formula 1 racing or something like that. And he was watching, there was a commentator, and the commentators have got to keep talking all the time.
Yeah.
And he was going, and there's the team there's, oh, good to see so-and-so's girlfriend in the audience. And he said he saw, and it cut to Richard Wilson in the audience, and he went, and the bloke went, and there's One Foot in the Grave. I love that. He knew he had to say it there, but he couldn't just name all the characters.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And there's One Foot in the Grave.
Oh dear.
That'd be brilliant. And there's The Office.
I don't.
Brilliant.
What, you're putting us alongside One Foot in the Grave, thing that's been going like 10 years and all this. What, you're putting us alongside, it beat us, Steve, get over it. It beat us in the Comedy Awards.
No, I was just saying that you're an identifiable face if you're at a Formula 1 event. You know.
Okay.
Old. Grumpy.
1 Foot in the Grave.
Yeah, 1 foot in the grave, exactly. Yeah. Anyway, Karl, any thoughts before we move on anything we've said so far?
Elvis Costello.
Well, I'd like to play, Red Shoes.
Are we ready
for... Not yet, I'm just saying.
What?
Do you know who his dad is?
Declan McManus. No,
I don't know his real name.
Declan McManus. He was a big band leader in the 50s or something, wasn't he?
No, he was in the Our White's Lemonade ad.
Oh!
Was he?
Oh no, it's so much, there's so much to do with that.
Good, so we're catering there to the audience listening who are 50 and above. Well, I don't, and I'm the target audience.
I'm a secret lemonade drinker. Oh. Our White's Lemonade. You must remember that.
Never heard that.
Oh, those chimps that drink tea. Oh. Once, right, in school, we had a French dictionary, and you know, ice cold coke on the back of my throat, singing hello summertime, it's the real thing. Remember that?
No!
Oh, you know. We translated that into French.
Is that the end of that story?
Yeah!
That's the end of the story.
But I know it in French.
Do it.
But it doesn't make sense. We just literally did the word.
Go on, let me hear it. I can't believe you remember this.
Tres fois, coke, sur le derrière, mon gosh, chante bonjour, estival jump, celebrate.
That's the only French you know, isn't it?
It's not even French. We just did it word for word. It doesn't make any sense.
Can you say another word of French? Can you quote
Le plume
Shakespeare?
de ma tante.
Can you
That's my
quote
aunt's
anything else? Is there anything else you can quote other than that? Is there anything else you learned at school that you can remember word for word?
No?
Nothing.
Le chat est sur le mur.
I don't just mean French, I mean anything. English, maybe a bit of poetry that you can remember?
Of course I can, yeah.
Go on, quote a bit of poetry for me.
Like what?
Whatever you remember.
Light through on the window breaks, it is the east and Juliet is the sun, the rise for sun and kill the envious moon, who was already sick as well. Anyway, what do you want?
Doesn't really count.
What? Shakespeare doesn't count?
No, because that's the way everyone knows that one.
Oh, go on, what then? What should I know?
The Wind Hover by Gerald Manley Hopkins. Oh, you can't do that one. I caught this morning's morning minion, Kingdom of Daylight, still thinking of Drawn Falcon and his riding of the high.
Hold on, no, we haven't done Karl yet.
Wait a minute, K-Man. Anything you can remember from school that you learned, that you had to maybe, memorise?
French.
Not necessarily French, you could be...
Anything you can remember. This can be anything you remember from school, apart from the orange stuff stops cancer.
Yeah.
It's not the cough that carries you off, it's the coughing that carry you off in.
Beatles, Revolution. Was that clear?
Yes, it was, yes.
Yeah,
Thank you.
good. We got to speed this up, because we know, it's funny, because our first link, when we had to go at, like, the library and the playlist, when we played the record, Karl went, you usually do it at the end, when you've run out of stuff.
Yes, what's left of off, yes.
So we started with what's usually our worst bit of material, so I think we've got to turn this show round.
Right.
Karl's been holding this together, to be honest.
Yep.
It's Karl's beautiful naivety and, could I say it, Karl, in the nicest way, stupidity.
Yes.
That are keeping the listeners...
I wouldn't class it as stupid.
I'm only joking. I'm only joking, mate. Of course you're not stupid. Everyone knows you're not stupid. You're sincere, and that can sometimes be, you know, frowned upon in this cynical world.
Would you say you've learnt stuff from me in the past few weeks?
Definitely. Definitely. Yeah. Rather like a scientist learns more like a injecting mice.
Yeah.
No, but I've learnt from you about ants and stuff. I think every week, as weeks go on, I feel like...
We're learning from each other.
I'm learning more now than I did when I was at school.
And can I just clarify?
Yeah.
You weren't raised as an experiment and you've escaped from a laboratory. You had regular upbringing in Manchester and that?
Yeah, I didn't go to school much because my mum and dad had a caravan.
Right.
And
no need, is there? No need when you've got that sort of fun at home.
Yeah. I used to just go away for weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, honestly.
Where'd you used to go?
Port Maddock.
But
and so you didn't go to school much?
No, I did, but not as much as everyone else.
No.
How many holidays were your parents having? What was their income that they could...
No, well, my dad used to work nights, and he used to travel back, because to Manchester from Wales it wasn't that far. And
Manchester to Wales?
He used to do 4 on and 4 off, so me and my mum were like loving it.
But what Port Meredith?
Port Maddock.
Port Maddock.
Just down the road from Port Merion, where they filmed The Prisoner.
Right.
Oh, so that's cleared up for me.
Yeah,
location-wise.
So what did you do then? You were in this little 2-berth caravan on the back of a Cortina estate.
Right.
Well, what was it? What was the car? I want the, what was
Granada, Ford Granada.
it? Ford Granada, what are we talking?
An old one.
1980?
Yeah, 82, 83,
80, right.
84, 85.
Okay. And you in the car, down there, park up.
Yeah.
What was it? What was Port Meredith?
Port Maddock.
Port Maddock.
Remember Ruth?
It's just,
Oh, yeah.
It's just a holiday camp.
Yeah?
And had an arcade and a beach. I was loving it.
Yeah?
But, so of the 52 weeks of the year, let's assume, I don't know how many weeks you take off normally for holidays anyway. Let's just say, I don't know, you go to school 45 weeks of the year, maybe? Generally, most kids?
No.
Bit less.
Bit less than
About
that?
42.
How many weeks would you say you actually spent in school?
Well, how many weeks do you have off for summer?
Well, we'll work that out, that's what
About
we mean.
6 off for summer, about 3 for Easter, about 3 for Christmas.
Put it this way, I'm surprised I'm not Welsh, to be honest.
Right.
So I was there more than was in Manchester.
Did the school authority not come and check you out?
No, they didn't.
Didn't get Manchester, I suppose they didn't care, do they?
Not really.
Yeah.
They're lucky you turned up at all. What did you just turn up for the last day when you could take in your best toy? Did you know that when you could take in any game?
Just play with everyone else's. Why, I break my stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a good
Well, this
point.
answers a lot. This does answer a lot. The fact that you spent most of your time on the beach as a kid.
Teachers were no good at my school. We were
Right.
talking about it yesterday. About
So you were teaching them a lesson by going off in the summer. Yeah.
Anyway.
And did you go to university?
No.
No. Did you go to sixth form or college?
No.
When did you leave school?
When I was about 15.
Right. What, you just went on holiday and didn't come back?
I just got a job early, didn't I? Cause I
Where was it? Port Maddock?
Get in there. No, I was a printer. BM Print in Trafford Park.
Well, that's great. That's a little interview there.
Yeah, little story
next
there.
I'll be interviewing Steve Merchant. What are we playing next?
Bit of elbow.
Oh, this is fantastic. This is Elbow. Elbow, Asleep in the Back. I think that is absolutely beautiful. I think Elbow are my favourite new group.
We've sang their praises many times and they've never phoned to thank us.
Should they?
Yes.
Do they?
Annoying.
Really?
Annoying.
No, they're doing a good job there. I wonder if they found their lyrics. Because I also wanted to write a song from, didn't I? They didn't take me up on that either, Steve.
I'm not sure I'm so keen on them now. Carl, can I have a Jaffa cake? Because I've just found a lump.
I think, you don't mean me, do you?
No.
Alright, good.
Thanks, Steve.
Now, we interviewed Karl there. I think we've learnt a little bit more about Karl there.
We did, yeah.
And, I'm gonna interview Steve now, Karl, because I used to be... You concentrating? Don't put it all in at once.
Carl, chew. Chew before you swallow. Careful. You'll hurt yourself. Alright.
I used to suffer with that a lot.
What?
Not chewing.
The amount of times I nearly died as a kid.
What? Forgetting to chew.
Choking.
Sure.
Mint Imperials. My mum stole time.
Drinking them with water.
She used to have to hide them.
He's coming out of his shell, isn't he? He's happy Saturdays. He's miserable all week, and he's happy Saturdays, isn't he? Oh, look at him. It's like we get him weekends.
Yeah.
And he's just happy because we sort of spoil him, don't we? And he has Jaffa cakes and everything. We let him
He
on
has
the
to go
radio.
and live with his stepmum again in the week.
Oh,
They're the
no.
ones who listen.
Oh, really?
Your girlfriend does, doesn't she, I imagine?
She's been away for ages.
I know.
I imagine she just switches off after a while.
But we love you, don't you? We're excited. We talk about you in the week, and we think you're great. So don't just think we're using you as
cheap comedy material. I'd hate you to think that, Carl.
Right. No, I'm gonna interview Steve. Because I used to be a chat show host. Well, I am a chat show host. Well, did you see me at Ricky Gervais?
No. I worked on it and I didn't watch it. No one watched
True,
it.
that's terrible.
No one watched
What
it.
do you think, Karl?
I loved it.
See?
Are you thinking of Parkinson?
And I didn't know Ricky then, so I'm being fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna interview Steve Merchant now.
Okay.
Live on air, XFM 104.9. We should say that more often.
Yes.
'Cause
Ricky
people-
Gervais.
Because they might tune and I think they've got a hospital radio by mistake. Yeah, Ricky Gervais. Yeah. Okay, Steve Merchant. Great to be here.
Thanks
Hi.
very much.
Now, you're a very tall man, if
Yes.
I might say. You're 6'7", aren't you?
Yes.
Was that a bit of a problem at school?
Well, yeah, a few jokes here and there.
Yeah,
A bit
okay.
of gentle ribbing, but not
Yeah.
nothing too problematic.
What's the weather like up there?
Well, exactly.
Skinny, all that sort of. Oh, you're lanky.
Yeah,
oh
that's
dear. And what about the glasses?
Well, I wear glasses, but again, that wasn't really a problem, you know.
They
so
didn't call you
again,
Four Eyes,
No,
really.
not really.
They call you Four Eyes Freaky Lank thing. They didn't call you Freak Pot. Freaky the Freakish.
All right, I'm
Gimp.
not sure I'm
Four
enjoying
Eyed
this
Git.
mix. Don't
What?
worry, I'm not
Well,
sure
I'm just saying, they didn't do that.
As an interview, I'm not sure that's the best approach.
Okay, and then you
I'm
left
honest.
school. You left school.
Yeah.
You went to university. There, were you called Freaky,
No, I wasn't.
Freak-Eyed,
I've never been
Four-Eyed
called
Git
Freaky, Four-Eyed
thing?
Git.
Are you sure?
Never been called it.
Were you called Freaky, Lanky, Four-Eyed, Stupid Hair, Boggle-Eyed Freak Face? Fish Face?
Is your chat show coming back? Is this what you? I never watched it. Is this what you said to people like? I mean, you had some big names on there, didn't you? Tony Hart.
Yeah.
That bloke off Ground Force.
Well, the problem was they'd either heard of me or they hadn't. Either way, they didn't wanna...
it was a problem.
Yeah, it was a problem.
Who would you say was the biggest name you had?
They're all dead now.
Okay.
Probably the youngest one survived. I think Penny Smith is still with us.
Right.
Yeah. Biggest name?
You had Savile.
Jimmy Savile.
You had Daniels, Paul.
Yeah, Paul Daniels. Yeah.
But which was the biggest name would you say that you had on the show from the 1970s?
Peter Purvis.
Peter Purvis, of course.
He was a joy.
No,
yeah.
but
so that's just.
But it's not coming back though. That show. We're not.
No, not in that form. The Channel 4 wanted to see some changes.
What sort of changes?
Ratings.
Right.
Now I'm going to play a lovely track. Thanks, Steve Merchant.
Thank you.
I'm going to play a lovely track by Elvis Costello. I think one of his first hits, maybe even be his first hit back in the 70s. This is Red Shoes. Zinger meets Spray, apparently. I've never heard of them.
No.
Sounds good. It's spelt Spray, though, but Karl reckons it's Spray. Song 2, a cover of Blur's Song 2.
Yes.
You wouldn't recognise it,
In
would
a
you?
dub version? No.
In an old-school reggae dub style.
Nice.
Lee.
Big 'em up.
Yeah, all that. Oh, we know all that. We
All the wording. Yeah.
Oh, we know all that, yeah. So, yeah, that was quite interesting. I quite like that.
Yeah, that's not bad. Filled up 3 minutes.
Before that, Elvis Costello, Red Shoes.
Lovely.
What a great song.
Debut, was it? Debut single?
I think so. It's the first one I remember of his, but, you know.
We'll probably give Elvis a call, won't we, and chat to him about it.
Yeah.
He's a pal now.
Yeah. Yeah. The celebrity.
Yes.
lifestyle.
You, what, because you told me something else about your celebrity world that I thought might be of interest to the listeners. I don't know if you're happy to mention it.
What?
Your, forthcoming TV appearance? Karl might be interested.
Oh, yeah.
What
I've
is
been
it?
invited. I don't usually do these things.
Yeah.
But I sort of quite like the show. I've watched it for a while, so I'm on Room 101.
Have you seen this, Karl? Do you know that show?
You don't like it?
No. But is it still Nick Hancock as well?
No.
Who is it?
Paul Merton.
God, is he still around? I've seen him for ages.
He's probably going to be a great pal of mine come Tuesday.
No, I mean, that doesn't make any difference.
No.
Have you got all the channels tuned in right on your TV? Paul Merton's a huge star. He's on all the time.
Yeah.
No, is he a heck?
Yeah, he's on there. Have I Got News For You and all the rest of it?
Yeah.
What's the rest of it?
Well, anyway, look. Room 101 is the show.
Room 101.
Is the
Yeah.
show where you put in the things you hate in
Yeah.
this imaginary room.
And I thought I'd do it because it's a laugh, because, you know, they let you speak and it seems like a bit of fun.
What are you
so
gonna
I
put
thought
in
I'd do it. Oh, I'll ruin it, won't I, for all the listeners?
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Switch off now if you don't want to hear what Ricky Gervais is going to put in Room 101.
I don't know, just things that irritate me. Like, I don't know, I'm putting in noisy people who make unnecessary noise, for one thing. Like,
Right.
Right.
Can I just stop you there for just 1 second? You
I know what you're gonna say.
No.
I
I
know
was
what
just
you're
going to think.
gonna
Oh, I was just thinking. It's just wonder if there's a little case there of the pot calling the kettle black. Because you are the most annoying man ever in the history of all things. I mean, I've met a lot of people in my life. I like to think, even everyone. I mean. James Honeywell I went to school with, who was possibly, I mean, an evil man, would throw things at people when, the teachers just throw stuff at them all over the lesson, throw things at the back of your head. Yeah. Even he was not as irritating as you are.
Really?
Just the fact that you're just crunching up a plastic spoon now.
Well, what's good is that?
It's annoying.
Yeah, I know, but,
It's just, you're so irritating. You're always making the little noises, just little sounds all the time. we were working yesterday, right? And I was typing this, and he had an elastic band between his teeth, right? I don't know how he how he just seems to end up with an elastic band between his teeth, right? And he was flicking it, so it was making a noise, boom, 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 boom. What were you saying? You were just going, the rain on Spain falls mainly on the plain.
The rain in Spain stays mainly on the plain.
Just kept doing that, right, repetitively. I eventually, what are you doing? What are you up to? He went, oh, sorry. Tried to wrap the elastic band round his face, right, it flipped up, hit him in the nose. Right, he screamed, because that hurt, obviously, it came quite tight. Then he said to me, if I can flip this elastic band and hit your glasses, right, not your face, but if I can hit your glasses, can I flip the elastic band at you? I went, well, how am I going to find out if you can you might hit my face? He went, well, why don't you cover up the skin on your face, your nose and everything, with some paper?
Which he did!
Yeah, just to keep you happy.
Yeah.
And then he flicked it at me, so I grabbed it, flicked it at him. He ran off screaming, swearing at me. Oh, don't throw it at me!
I was saying, don't be childish. Retaliation is childish. I did it first, so...
It's pathetic. Endlessly. Just this kind of...
No, but you know, that you agree with me on that people who just, like, I can't stand noisy, it's people who go...
No,
like that,
I do agree with that.
and people eating crisps, as I said before, people eating crisps in cinemas.
Well, anyone who's making noise in the cinema, it's an
I know.
absolute
Are
crime.
they must be mental. They've gone to see a film. There's people they don't know there. Everyone's paid £8,
And they're crunching away.
Oh, leaving their phones on.
I was in the cinema, there was a 16-year-old girl, took a phone call in the cinema, the film was running, she said, and she went, "Hi, yeah, I'm in the cinema," started having a conversation on the phone. I was thinking, how important is this call that you've got to receive? Oh, it's Tokyo ringing, Mr. Yakamoto's there, the deal's going through. It's Saturday afternoon, you should be up there, hairdressers. I just was so... I was in the cinema.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Yakamoto's coming round tonight, and we can't use my pad, so you've got to make him a meal.
Yes.
Don't you and your wife muck things up for me.
But I was in the cinema, it's not long ago, and, I went to see that, this was, I think I was off to see that film, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or whatever it's called. Do you know
Well, they could be on the phone for that, because it's subtitles. So it's not going to ruin it, is it?
It wasn't her. I was sat next to another woman. She was crunching, a big fat woman.
No, but he's got a good point there.
Loads of people could be on the phone in there, and it wouldn't sort of niggle you.
Fine. Well, at least we've cleared that.
Imagine if that was true.
No, because, well, it's like when you go on the tube and read a paper. There's loads of noise, but you can still concentrate, can't you?
He's got you.
Do you know what I
That's
mean?
such a great point, isn't it?
Right, yeah, because it's so easy to lose yourself in that magic realism world, you know, with all the sound effects and music and surging, exciting noise, and there's a woman clattering on going, "Yeah, well, I'll probably meet you later, Stange. Should we get some Diamond White in and around by the park?"
Yeah.
Switch off. I do it.
Yeah, but we know what you're like, Carl.
Yeah, you can switch off, Carl.
It's like you can turn your ears off. That's the skill you have.
It's not the ears, it's the behind the ears.
Yeah.
It's the process that between the ears and the brain that you can switch off, so we can still hear all these things like a cat.
But I was in the one, there was this woman sat next to me, she was a big fat one, she was crunching on some popcorn. Again, that's a crime. Why they're selling popcorn in cinemas? I don't understand why
She
the
needs to
noisiest...
eat regularly,
why the noisiest food in a cinema?
Yeah.
I don't understand why that's come about.
Yeah.
Really makes me angry.
Yeah.
She's right,
Smoothies. We want smoothies without straws.
Exactly. The trailer for that film AI, Artificial Intelligence, came on. Do you remember that? And the tagline was, "David is 11 years old. He weighs 60 pounds. He's 4'6" tall. He has brown hair. His love is real, but he is not."
Oh, yeah.
And she just went, "How old was he again?" To her boyfriend. Right? Just ruined it. War film trailer comes on for some Pearl Harbor or something. She goes, "Yeah, I don't fancy that. Just announcing this, don't fancy that. Too many war films." So then the trailer, then the opening credit comes on for Crouching Tiger. Before that, you know that thing that comes up that says it's signed by the BBFC and it has the kind of certificate and everything, and that certificate to say what age you have to be to see it. That came up, and it says Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon in brackets subtitles. She went, "It's not subtitled, is it?" I thought this was the most famous foreign film for years. It won Oscars, it was a huge film, everyone knew it was foreign. She goes, it went, so the credits begin, it says Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. She went, "Stupid name for a film."
What? She just
She
wanted
paid
it.
to see it, she was with her boyfriend. So then it starts, right, and obviously it's in Japanese or Mandarin or something. She's like, yeah, and they're all talking in Japanese.
Japanese or Mandarin.
Yeah, whatever it is, so they're speaking in this, Japanese language, or Oriental language, and she's going, "Don't they sound stupid? Hot ching chong 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 chong. Don't they sound stupid?" She's going, and then the subtitles come up, and it's quite a weird kind of strange language they're talking, and she was going, "Can't make the subtitles out either. It's both gobbledygook." Just wittering on every step of the film.
I totally agree with you, but what I like in your telling of it, I know you're sort of getting quite
I'm
emotional.
genuinely livid.
But she went Mandarin or Japanese, some Oriental language. And
Well, I don't know what it was.
It's a strange language. It's a strange language.
Well, anyway,
Oh dear.
so then I moved. I climbed over several seats, made a big huff of, make a big show of moving.
Yeah.
Sat next to a guy on the phone, just chatting on the phone.
Oh, I'd have gone mental at that.
So now I hate that film. I didn't enjoy it. I don't like seeing it. I don't want to even think of it.
It's subtitles, isn't it?
Well, rubbish.
Rubbish.
That's why I get videos.
Yeah, I should have thought that through, Karl. You're absolutely right.
Lamb chop.
Yeah, let's play Lamb Chop. This is brilliant. This is from this CD that came out recently with Uncut magazine. Occasionally they put out some quite interesting free CDs, and this was one that had various covers of Rolling Stones songs, and a lot of them were quite shoddy. But this was a brilliant, specially done, I think, for the CD. It's Lamb Chop doing a version of quite an obscure Rolling Stones song called Backstreet Girl. It's just beautiful. Let's hear it.
Andy Warhol's Get Off. Getting a little bit blasé now. Steve's just wandered off to make the tea.
He's talking to Dermot.
Is he not really, is he?
Yeah.
Is he just down there? Can he hear this?
Nah.
That is a bit shoddy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not.
I'm going to see, Pop Idol tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Who do you think will win? Will or Gareth?
I don't care.
Do you really?
No, it was in.
Was I boring you? Sorry.
It was in Leicester Square, right? The little lad.
Yeah.
In a big coach with his head on the side.
Yeah.
I mean, how long's he been around?
Was it an accident?
No, but do you know, like those ones that footballers have?
Big heads.
No, their own really big coaches. I mean, he's only a small
Big
lad.
coach, what,
I
like?
don't know why he needs a
Trainers, you mean?
big coach. Look, if you're just going to be like that, I'm not telling you.
Sorry, go on.
Big coach,
Yeah.
with his head on the side, and he
Yeah.
came in and
His
he's
picture,
like,
his picture
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
side.
yeah.
Yeah.
right, and about 200 kids screaming and going mental for him.
Really?
I just don't think it's right. No, it's not. I mean, it's been around for, what, a couple of weeks. And the way everyone keeps going on about his stuttering...
What, you think they should really concentrate on worshipping worthy sort of things like S Club 7 and A1 and...
Look...
Who have been around for a year?
So you pick on me when Steve's not
Well, it's
around.
only a joke,
Steve,
isn't it? Here he comes. Here he comes. He can't believe it.
But it's just the way, like, they keep going on about the stuttering.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Well, you were late. What are we meant to do?
You're playing on a record.
Oh, we can't possibly go on without Steve. Oh, we need Sting. What?
Hey? See, that's the reason you shouldn't do it without me. That meant nothing. I'll be on a good reason not to let you have this cup of tea. But I will anyway.
Thanks. Cheers. Thanks. Just saying that Karl thinks all this nonsense about Pop Idol is a little bit sort of shallow. Because they've not been around long enough to be worshipped by children.
What were you saying there when you were talking to
Unlike Santa Claus, who's been around, well, forever.
Yes.
He was in Leicester Square in a big coach of his own.
Who was?
Gareth. He's only a small lad. He had biggest coach I've ever seen.
A coach?
Yeah. One of those, like, National Express coaches.
He just probably come down from wherever it is he lives.
No, with his head on the side.
What?
We went through this.
His own coach. Not like
You mean like a
tourist
tour
one.
bus?
Yeah, but with his head on the side.
With his face on
so
the
it's
side?
his own coach.
Was he driving it?
Was he really nasty? Go, we can't have a toilet break yet. You had your chance.
Yeah.
Sit down.
But it's just
Wait till we get the
everyone-
service.
I'm finishing this fag, and then we're moving on.
How come
And if you're not
everyone-
back from the toilets, I'm gone.
Yeah, it's a lovely restaurant here. All right, Jeff. What you know the people? Yeah, well, not my brother-in-law or anything.
It wouldn't have been quite as snappy as that if he'd been saying all that.
No.
Yeah, well, that's it. Everyone keeps talking about the stuttering, but they never go on about his asthma. And he's got really bad asthma.
They
You're
don't.
right. You're right. We should attack the asthma more as well.
Do you think he's held that back for the final? Do you think he's bringing out the big guns for the final? Oh, and by the way, I've got.
Did you? There's a
Asthma.
The way he does that.
Well, he's trying to. That's
That's
his
not
therapy.
asthma, Carl. That's him trying to breathe in order to help him speak.
That's his
Have
therapy.
you guessed about the asthma?
I thought
You
you
read that
read this or something. What you thought his asthma was because he goes. That's him. He has to do that to get over the. That's
stutter.
totally right. That's a
Right.
therapist.
I haven't got bad asthma then.
What if you ever have kids?
Maybe he hasn't got asthma.
When you
yet.
cross a road, don't bother looking both ways.
Yeah.
Just walk straight
I
across.
love that. I made a doctor saying that. Oh, not asthma. No, he does that. Has he? No, it's not asthma then. Okay, well, I'm stuck.
We better
then.
operate. Well,
Yeah, well, don't operate. It's just no, he just fell over.
No,
Yeah.
I heard him breathing heavily. He's
Yeah.
Probably got something lodged.
I've got a story about breathing heavily after this next record.
Jolly good.
Farrah Munch, got you. Although Steve thinks it's Farrah Monk.
It makes more sense, don't you think? Monch is a bit of a rubbish word, whereas monk, brilliant.
Yeah, but
Let's not discuss it.
No, let's not get into a big highfalutin
Yeah, exactly.
phonetics argument.
No.
They can call themselves what they want.
That's up to them.
And good luck to them.
Yep, good guys, good guys.
Now, I am going to Pop Idol tonight.
Yep.
This is what started it until he said there was a young kid being screamed at by kids because he had his own coach with his head on the side.
Yeah.
You did sort of like...
I don't know why you're going there, Rick, because you know who's going to win. It's going to
No,
be Gareth, and there's no...
not necessarily.
Yes, it is, Rick. Oh, it is.
No.
There's don't even fool yourself trying to drum up some excitement.
Well, look, wait, you see, they both got about the same vote, and Darius has got like 1.5 million. Now, I don't think the Darius vote was sort of like the Gareth sort of floating voters. Because he's a cute kid and everything, and he
Do you
sort of
wanna
like
make a
looks
wager?
like a pop idol, and but he's not as good a musician. And I think maybe when people went for Darius, they were a bit kitsch, but I think they might.
Do you want to make a wager?
Oh, I bet Gareth will win.
Exactly. You see? You may as well stay home, Rick. You just want to go to meet PJ and Duncan.
Yeah, they
call themselves Out on Deck nowadays.
Well, fair enough.
They're
but
my favourite.
They'll always be PJ Duncan to me, and they're brilliant.
They are
absolutely
brilliant, aren't they? They're the best
But it seems to me
presenters.
there's no one else, like, on TV that kind of unites everyone. I don't think there's anyone really
No.
that can honestly say, if they're being honest, that they don't like Ant and Dec.
I know.
It's like, there's no one else like it.
Phone
There's
in
no
if
one-
you don't like Ant and Dec.
And I'd like to hear your arguments for it, because I tell you,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying about this ironically, I like a couple of kids presenters ironically, I think they're genuinely good.
Yeah, they're good.
They're
yeah,
likeable, they're funny.
Yeah, and you can see
Charming.
they've got a great relationship as well.
They've got that sort of Morecambe and Wise,
Yeah.
every man appeal. They're brilliant.
Yeah, well, we love Ant and Dec.
Did you see in the week, there was what's his name? The fellow that, Dominic Mohan in The Sun, he's the kind of entertainment guy.
Yeah.
And, he had sort of 10 questions that should be answered about Pop Idol, because he thinks, everyone's got a vested interest in Gareth winning, da-da-da-da. And there are various questions, one of which was, why is it that Gareth only seems to stutter when he's being interviewed live?
It's 'cause he's nervous, isn't it?
Yeah. We've answered that one for you, Dominic. You realised that he'd written a list, and he didn't really have enough to fill up 10.
Although you were nasty about his stutter. You said it annoys you.
No, I'm not arguing that the stutter annoys me. His query was he thought that he was affecting the stutter in
How
order
can
to
you
win
be
the sympathy
annoyed
vote.
at someone stuttering, though?
Really annoys me because it's just embarrassing. It's cringeworthy. See, the thing is this: I know people say, it shouldn't be an issue, right? We're talking about a pop idol. Now, everyone accepts the fact that he's got to be a good-looking guy to be a pop idol. We all accept that, and I'm saying I also want him to be able to speak properly to be my pop idol. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with having a stutter.
But I'm not
saying there's anything wrong with being
that
ugly.
is true.
But
There is
this
true
the
that
criteria.
if there's a body fascism.
Yeah, there should also be a vocal fascism.
Yeah, but there's not a trauma if you don't look like a pop star. There is a trauma in society if you can't speak normally. So it's
What do
a
you mean
much
a trauma?
bigger issue.
His trauma.
Well, yeah, of course it is.
But it's not. I'm not arguing about what we think, because a lot of people think that a lot of people get abuse if they're ugly. I mean, I'm guessing. I'm assuming that's the case.
Well, I can't speak very well.
I don't know if that's the case, but
We'd make one great pop star between
I
us.
like to think so.
My looks and your talkie. Although you sound like some sort of weird Wurzel.
I'm not trying to be a pop idol. People can idolise me in their own small ways.
Oh dear. Oh God. Look at us three. Imagine if we tried to be like, BB Mac, or Light Funky Ones. I'm just thinking of like 3 good-looking guys. Genesis.
Did I mention about when we were in America? Did I mention that last week?
The Police, no?
Did I mention this to you, Karl?
Oh.
I'm sure I mentioned it last week.
Yeah.
When I was in America at a wedding, went to a wedding with some friends. We were walking through America, there's 5 of us walking down the street in New York, and a car pulls up, and some Chinese tourists lean out, and they went to us, "Excuse me, are you NSYNC?" And we said, "Yes, we are." And they were taking our photo and stuff.
Just think of Steve at the back, sort of like 2 foot taller than
Which
the others.
member of NSYNC is 2 foot taller than all the rest?
Don't Chinese people like tall people or something?
Right, play record.
No, seriously.
No, because it's...
I don't think you know what you're talking about,
Yeah.
Karl. We're likely to get in dangerous territory.
Yeah. Don't Chinese people like tall people?
There's something... I'm sure. Do you know, like I was saying...
Phone in if you're Chinese and you like
Karl,
tall people.
what worries me is that when they did Chinese lessons, you were down the beach in Wales.
In Ruth Maddock.
Paul Maddock.
Paul Maddock.
Oh. Do you want to play Lou Reed?
Oh, this is Song for the Lovers. It's a beautiful track. It's Satellite Love. It's classic. It's gorgeous. It's Lou Reed.
Rick, can I dedicate this to someone?
Go on then.
Karl, you shouldn't have pressed the button.
Well, he's doing his job. You shouldn't have said, "Can I dedicate this to
We've
someone?"
had a letter.
Yeah.
Sophie wants to dedicate a song to her boyfriend Peter. They're firm fans of the show. Let's
right.
play Satellite of Love for them by
Yeah.
Lou Reed.
Beautiful.
Song.
Song for the Lovers.
Don't ruin it this time, Karl. Oh, brilliant. How to ruin a song by Ricky Gervais. Do you want to explain what you were doing?
I was just singing along to the backing vocal,
You're not just singing along.
doing it like a mental.
Well, just give us a blast.
Well, I haven't got my headphones on. I've got to do it in time, haven't I? Now, because wait, was it? Is it finished?
It's finished, man.
And it was just going when Bowie goes satellite. I was going like that.
Yeah. But in room 101, you're going to put irritating people.
I know, but it's something nice what making.
Are you going to climb down that little thing and climb in yourself?
It's sort of, yeah, maybe.
You know they have sort of a visual representation of the thing that irritates them. They always have that, like Shakespeare, there would be a bust of Shakespeare's head. Just a picture of you.
Yeah.
Ideally.
Oh dear.
Barry in the background, Satellite Love, song for the lovers.
Ruined.
I should have like sung along on air.
I love the idea of you when that came out, you know, sort of 17, got a girl back to your place, you know, just making out with her, just that record's on in the background, you just go, ow! I'm gonna have to shoot off now, Rick. Ow! Just leave me to it, I'll enjoy myself. Ow! I'll finish myself off. Ow!
Oh dear! Oh, you can't do that!
Oh, we've cheapened that song.
Oh.
You've ruined that song forever for me.
No, I haven't.
But see, the thing about Lou Reed is, because Perfect Day, just a genius song, but we can never play it now, can we, because of that BBC ad?
No, because I'll tell you what's her name coming in at the end, M-People.
Yeah.
That thing she does with her voice.
That song. There's a couple of songs that have kind of, like I always remember,
and who's that one that goes, it's such a perfect day!
Yeah, something of opera ponce.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a song. Any other songs ruined because of their association with things? That song, First Time, which was on the Coke ad. First time, first love. Ruined now, 'cause that was on Coke.
Wasn't that Fallen on Blondes?
Oh, that was Robin Givens, wasn't
Robin
it?
Givens, yeah. What was didn't Fallen on Blondes do something like that?
No, not
I just keep seeing Fallen on Blondes in the playlist.
I think Fallen on Blondes they ruined their own career by writing songs.
Yeah.
It's becoming a feature.
Yeah, we should play Fallen on Blondes one week.
Rick, I was going to say something to you before we got sidetracked. What were we talking about, Karl? Oh, we were talking about,
We nearly lost it then a bit, but I think we pulled it back.
It's okay, no, we had a fascinating fact that we were going to
Oh yeah, if everyone in China, Karl...
This is true, Karl.
Right,
Karl, wake
this.
up and listen.
Listen, if everyone in China... jumped... It wouldn't be hard to coordinate. They did hands across America. They did up yours, the laws. Right? We can coordinate this. We can get the sun involved or something, right? Everyone, 1.2 billion or something, jumped up and down at the same time.
Shut up. You're not explaining this clearly.
It would cause a tidal wave that would destroy America.
If every person in China jumped up at the same time, that would cause a tidal wave that would destroy America, apparently, according to physics.
According to physics.
I don't believe it.
It is, no, true, it's a fact. We're not making this up. We both know this is a fact.
We're not making it up. We've heard it, but obviously I don't know what that's based on. Someone going, just had a terrible thought, Mr. President. What is it? No, you know the atomic bomb and all that? Yeah, forget it. Forget it. If everyone in China jumped up and down, they'd wipe us out, right? You know what I mean?
See, there should be some Chinese leader just threatening them with that.
Yeah, just showing them a picture of everyone just poised.
just pictures of China people just crouching.
On pogo sticks.
Exactly.
Just a billion Chinese people.
Just all stood on the Great Wall of China. About to jump off. That'd be brilliant.
Oh,
see, look at Karl, he's dumbfounded, he's scared now.
He's scared now, ain't you?
But there's more chickens in the world than people.
Oh,
play record.
Well, that's brilliant.
I think Dr. Fox or Simon Bates said that about a track once.
Really?
This has got to be the best intro of a rock song ever. The fact that I was saying it about The Who and he was saying it about Money for Nothing is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Someone made me sit in their car once, with their new car stereo system, so that they could play me the beginning of Money for Nothing.
Oh.
Just sat there, I was like, yeah.
Have we got that? You've probably got that in the library, haven't you?
Is it right that Roger Daltrey in The Who,
yeah, that's right.
his kid is in EastEnders, that one who plays Robbie? Something my mum told me, and I don't know if she's got it right or wrong. But it does look like him.
That's
Dean Gaffney?
Yeah. But he didn't want to go off his dad's name and that, so he's changed
So he
it.
used his brilliant talent. And his pox-faced.
do you know if that's right?
I don't know.
It looks like him, doesn't it?
Well, I'm sure that's libelous if it's wrong.
Oh, right, yeah, you'd be ashamed to have Roger Daltrey as your dad.
Well, no, but Roger Daltrey might not want it getting round that he gave birth to Specky.
Yeah, right, actually.
I see what you mean.
Specky? Spotty?
Spotty, so I looked at you.
Yeah. Alright, calm down.
Well, I don't know, you've got nice clear skin. At least I didn't call you Spotty Goggle-Eyed Freak, boy. You got a nice skin, a nice complexion, smooth-faced, goggle-eyed freak, boy, fish.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Carl, what? Don't you like us arguing? Is it like Mum and Dad arguing? Do you get all...
It's a bit like that.
In the caravan. There was nowhere to escape to.
Oh no, rattling round.
Did you make any friends when you were down on the caravan site?
Yeah, a lot of people from Birmingham were there.
What kind of pals did you have? What were their names?
I can't remember, it was years ago, but they all had rich parents.
Right.
Like, they had, like, their own car to drive around the campsite on and all that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I used
Their
to
own
think about
fence.
that. So I'd have a go.
And, but they were mates and you saw them every year, did you? Or every 3 weeks when you went down there?
Yeah.
Oh. And you didn't keep in touch with any of them?
No.
I'll admit now, I went to the same place in a caravan for about 6 years running. I went to a place called Riverside in Bognor, because someone round the corner from us had a caravan, two-berth caravan. Me, my mum, and my nan.
I think I'm really lucky to have had it, really. Because a lot of mates who I had didn't have enough money to go on holiday, and they just get a present for the summer holiday.
Of course, they've got an education, so it swings around
but Karl, the thing is with Karl is, right, I want to give him gifts.
Yeah.
I want him to have the loveliest Christmas ever. I want him to go pony trekking. Do you know what I mean? I want to just...
Scared of horses.
So many things we don't know about Karl.
Fell off one out of fate, and the woman didn't know what to do. She couldn't handle the horse. It was running off. I was hanging underneath, getting a kick in the head. No.
Really?
Now, hang on, what age were you? This could explain a lot.
I was about 6.
That makes a lot of sense. I think we've got to the bottom of it here.
Oh no, got kicked in their head by a horse, lived in a caravan, and had to live in Wales half the time. Oh. Then no wonder this is your favourite time of the week. Do you look forward to this all week, these 2 hours?
It's alright.
What would make you truly happy, Karl? Do you mind me just asking that? What would make you truly happy in life?
I was thinking about it in the week and I don't know.
You don't know? There's nothing that you particularly want that you feel like once I've got that...
Well, the easy answer there is money, innit? But I don't
No,
know.
it's not
I
true.
don't know if it's true.
No, you just need enough money.
Do you feel spiritually satisfied?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'd say
Karl,
so.
have you embraced the good word of the Lord?
What do you mean?
Well, Jesus Christ, our Lord and Saviour.
We're having a meeting tomorrow. It's in the church hall, and we'd like you to come along.
I went to a church.
Rick, I've got to say
once.
this. I got this housemate who I don't know that well, and I've been living with him for about two months or something, right?
Yeah.
And he was in the kitchen, he was washing up, and I just turned to him, right, and he doesn't know me that well because we sort of talk to each other now, but we don't know. And I just turned to him, I went, Matt, have you got to know the good word of the Lord? And he went, and he looked at me with utter fear in his face, and I just went, I just think we should sit down a bit and just talk about the word of the Gospels, and he just looked at me, and he was utterly petrified. I just started laughing, cracking up, and it's the sigh of relief. He was absolutely petrified. It's a brilliant game to play if you're getting a lift on a long car journey with people you don't know very well. Just bring that out.
Yeah.
It's so terrifying.
Yeah.
I went once.
If you're also another good one is when you pick up the hitch. I say like, I wonder what this car would look like on fire.
Exactly.
Things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes I like to drive the wrong way down the motorway.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you? What does a knife feel like when it's going into your eye? What?
Did you see that story in the week with a farmer who got his arm stuck in a bit of machinery, and he was going on about. I mean, he came on with a false arm, so you knew something was wrong straight away. But
you knew it wasn't going to end happily.
But he was. He said, "I'm a farmer. I've been a farmer for years, and I'm always telling people don't stick your hands in machines." He said, "But I got off my tractor and the machine had stopped, and he went to shift some. I don't know if it was a Coke can or something that was in the field and caught the machine.
Bloody cows drinking Coke.
Oh, this is not the famous one that about 15 years, and he took his arm to the hospital, and he was making jokes. His arm was in ice.
He didn't take his, no. He didn't take, what it was, his hand went in and the machine started again.
Yeah.
And it started pulling at his skin, right? So like the skin was coming off his arm, and it was going around the rollers, and he was pulling back like that, so he's like, oh god. And the skin's like being wrapped around, and it's like pulling it. So he can see his bone and stuff.
Oh no!
And he was there for like ages, going, oh god. And he had a penknife in his pocket, so he got that out with the other hand, managed to open it. I mean, that's
because they stick, don't they? After a while, I've got one of those Swiss Army knives, and
that's what it was.
I can't do it with two hands sometimes. Once they get all full of gunk.
He managed to do that with one hand. And cut away at the skin.
That's not true, is it?
Yeah.
Has he learnt to farm again, like the drummer of Def Leppard? Has learnt to drum again.
Have they got like just like the handles?
Can he farm now with just one arm?
He was good because he was making a joke out of it and that.
Oh, that's good.
I think that's good, but
that doesn't mean you can, Steve. Though.
No, sure.
He had to cut his own flesh off to escape a combine harvester.
Yeah.
He doesn't need you know.
Making wisecracks.
Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
I just always remember getting a hot plate out of the oven when I was younger, and that absolutely killed.
Yeah.
It stuck to my fingers, and I just thought the pain that he must have been going through.
Yeah.
Must have been what? You must have been worse than a hot plate.
Oh.
Must have been worse than maybe dropping a pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's nearly it.
That is pretty much it.
XFM 104.9. Fast approaching 3 o'clock.
It is indeed. Is that pretty much it, Karl? Is this our last link?
I'd wrap it up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so would I, actually. A song for the ladies' time. And this is a song you put me onto, Rick.
It's a beautiful
if
song.
you recall. Special View, a.k.a. Telescopic Love from The Only Ones. The B-side of Another Girl, Another Planet. Their only hit, maybe?
Well, yeah, I think one of them. But,
some great stuff on the best of The Only Ones, which it's just a band kind of...
Another Girl, Another Planet. That might be up for the best intro in a rock and roll record of all time. I'll put up Won't Get Fooled Again and Another Girl on Another Planet. Foxy, he's already putting up Money for Nothing.
Exactly.
So, maybe we'll run that competition next week.
Yeah, although Walk of Life is particularly good. Here comes Johnny singing oldies, goldies, bebopalula, baby, here I... Oh, Jesus.
Oh, nonsense.
Walk of Life. Okay, so this is a special view from the Only Ones, a song for the ladies, and that's it. See you next
Goodbye. Athlete and Westside on XFM 104.9, sunny day, 2007.
It's going so well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Going so well, but
Ricky
then,
Gervais.
once again, the English language tripped you up.
The mouth with the tongue lips.
Exactly.
Was all over the brain and talk. The brain and talk through the throat. Oh, dear.
Oh, language is his tool. So, Rick, I think we should do some introductions, because I think it seems to me every week we kind of... Everyone knows who you are, because you're, you know, the face of the moment. But they forget who, you know, me and the K-Man are.
Well, with me, Steve Merchant.
Hi.
And the K-Man, who's our producer and friend. And can I just say that I really look forward to this show. Like, you know, I get, oh great, we're gonna do a show and we're gonna play some tracks we like and have a laugh. But now I'm looking forward to meeting Karl.
Of course.
Honestly, I come in and I see his face and I go, alright. And I'm, you know, just great, like just a little friend. Do you know what I mean? You know when a kid comes around to play with a friend, you go, oh, and they come out to play, and it's like little friends. It's like that with Karl.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
because we don't see him in the week, you see. We deliberately stay away from him in the week so that he'll be fresh to us.
It was, go on.
You start off friendly, like you did today, and as soon as Steve turns up, you start getting nasty and saying things about my little bald head.
No, I said, look, okay, right, listen, let me explain. Karl was making the tea, and you know those bins, the sort of like a round sort of Metal Mickey type bin that you can take off the thing? I went, oh, that would make a good little helmet. It would make it look like Metal Mickey because it's the same shape as his head.
Sure.
Right? And I put it on, and
So far, so good, Rick. No problem there. That's just two mates having a laugh.
Right.
You're putting a bin on another man's head.
Right, right. So I put it on, and the swing bit, through gravity and the angle, swung and hit him in the nose.
Sure.
Right? He went, ow! And I went, I said something like, it's alright.
Yeah, of course, because you were being amused.
Yeah, I said, it's alright, don't worry.
Yeah.
And he went, no, I've just washed my hair.
Yeah.
That annoyed me.
That did annoy you, sure.
Because there was lots of, like, shit and coffee and horrible, gunk.
In his hair, or?
No, in the, in the inside of the bin.
Sure.
But what annoyed me is, he's hardly got any hair.
Let's be honest, he looks like Moby.
Yeah, so I said, I took the bin off.
Yeah.
And I was having that, and I thought, you
ruined my fun, is what
do you
you
know what I
thought.
mean? I said, what's your hair? I said, we could do that now in 30 seconds.
Yes.
And he looked at me like I was in the wrong.
I know. Rick, that annoys me about him.
I know.
That doesn't annoy me about him. But otherwise, he's like childlike.
Yeah,
You know, in so
he's
many other
great.
ways. He doesn't understand that he's hurting your emotions and your feelings.
Yeah, but also, right, we were playing football, so I can't play football, right, and so we were playing
Was that
football.
just in the office, or?
Yeah, just in the
Right,
office before he came, right, and, we were sort of kicking it back and forth, and I started kicking it a bit hard, and, but he was quite good. I said, this is great, right, and, we finished anyway, because we thought we'd break some, and, I went, I bet you were quite good at football, weren't you? And I actually thought he looked like quite a natural, you know, I thought he'd be good, he's from the north, and I thought that's all he'd have.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Right? And he went, I said, I suppose you're quite good at football, and he turned, the quick as flash, I went, I've scored once, right? He said, and that's because I was being chased by a bee. And I went, save it!
Yeah.
He went, no, I said, please save it, because I want to tell Steve that. No, you can continue now.
Please tell us the rest of the story. You've scored a goal once
Well,
because you're being chased by a bee.
Yeah, you've done it now, really. I was on the,
There must be more to that story, man.
I was in the school team. I wasn't that good as a kid at football, to
Right.
be honest. Mainly down to, I think it's because my dad wasn't into football.
Right.
I think that's the way it works, isn't it? If your dad's into it, then you could be a footballer when you're older,
Sure.
Yep.
because you're into it. And, so I was in the school team because I got on with the other lads.
Uh-huh.
They let me in the team.
Popular guy, yeah.
Sure.
And, yeah, I was stood there doing nothing, because I didn't really know what to do. I never knew which way I was meant to be shooting.
Yeah.
Got all that messed up.
Yeah, that is a
I
problem.
just stood there, right, and with my hands behind my back, and something landed on me, on like this part of my thumb.
You can't just point, it's radio.
It's this bit here,
Right, yeah.
The
The
base of
fleshy
your thumb,
bit, the
yeah.
fleshy bit of the
Fleshy
thumb, yeah.
and I thought, oh, what's that? And I looked down, and
Is
there's
it
a
a
bee.
thumb? Oh, it's a bee,
It
yeah.
was a bee on me, so I start running,
Yeah.
try to get away from it, and bees. Actually, something interesting about bees. More chance of getting stung by a bee in windy weather than any other sort of weather.
That's incredible.
Anyway, so I'm running away.
And he said there was no more.
Extraordinary. I've already learnt many, many things. You're being chased by the bee. It's
So
windy.
I'm running. and
It's on your thumb, is it still on your thumb now?
It's sort of gripping onto me like a stag beetle.
Clever.
I love it. Oh,
Or a bee.
yeah.
So I'm running, and I'm running towards, like, the goal.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And the ball comes to me.
Yes.
Wallop, get it in.
Brilliant. What happened to the bee? Did it sting you?
They die, don't they?
I mean, ultimately it died, sure, but at that particular moment, did it sting you?
This was probably about 20 years ago, so I imagine...
No. Once a bee stings
So
you,
did
that's
it sting
Yeah, but did it sting you?
Yeah.
Right, that was the question.
When did it sting you?
When I was playing football.
Carl, do you mind me asking, you say you're on the school football team. Was there just 11 boys at your school? Was that how you got in the squad?
Listen, Carl. Oh, what I mean is, at what point in this story did the bee sting you? Straight away?
After
or
half time.
Play a record, man.
Depeche Mode, I Feel Loved, on XFM 104.9. It's about 17 minutes past 1 on this Saturday.
Go on.
Will never interrupt me when it's going that well.
Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking of.
That was my record, that was about 4 or 5 sentences.
True. I
They
don't know
had
what I was thinking. I was
semantic
bored of it.
syntax, there was capital letters, full stops, grammar,
You didn't even get the time out, did you?
Why?
What time was it? Quick, what time was it? I interrupted,
17
sorry, I
minutes
should know.
past.
I was so eager.
1. XFM 104.9, I'm Ricky Gervais. With me,
Steve Smirch.
and the K-Man.
The K-Man, we're all giving ourselves nicknames now.
Yeah.
Can I just clear something up? This is only a very, very personal thing. Lots of people who listen to the show that I've spoken to, friends of friends and stuff, they think that I'm the guy that plays Gareth in The Office. Because my voice is obviously very similar.
It couldn't be further than the truth.
That's so not the case. If anyone's listening, they
Could
think
be
it's
further
me.
than the truth. It
I
could be
don't
like
want
a
to take
table
credit
playing
for
it.
Mackenzie's performance. That's a guy called Mackenzie Crook. He's a brilliant actor.
Yeah.
Everyone's seen his performance. It's not me. Admittedly, he has loosely based his accent for the character on my accent, because obviously it's a comical accent. We all admit that.
Yeah.
We'll agree with that. But that's it. That's where the similarity ends.
Yeah.
Alright.
Mackenzie's a good-looking fella, isn't he?
He's a good-looking lad.
I mean, that's not
You're not
a
digging me. I know,
No.
because you're saying I'm a good-looking guy as well. You're just saying we're two differently good-looking guys.
Yeah, Carl, it's all people are all different looks. I mean, you could say Brad Pitt's good looking, and then you could say George Clooney's good looking, and they're both great looking blokes. They don't look alike.
Exactly.
So for me to say Steve and Mackenzie aren't alike, Mackenzie's a good looking fella.
Exactly.
You know,
just mean
if you
that I
looked
just
at the
said
Venn
I'm a good-looking guy in a
diagram
different
there, they weren't mutually exclusive. There would be a crossover of good lookingness.
Yeah,
and
I'm
that'd
in
be
that pool with Brad Pitt and George Clooney.
Wow.
Well, it's quite a big pool, Rick, and I'm in there, certainly with them.
Yeah. Not. Yeah.
I mean, I'm in one of those Venn diagram circles.
You are. Yeah. You're over this one. See what's in there?
I noticed that's a separate one, floating off from all the others.
Yeah. Lizards and parrots.
Ah, right.
Okay,
Right.
so
It's good to be included in something, though. It's good to be part of a gang, Carl. That's very important.
Yeah.
And if that's cleared up,
Depeche Mode
Good.
there, and I Feel Loved. Who'd have thought Depeche Mode would have been that huge? I think I've seen little lads from Basildon with little plinky plonky sound. I thought that'd be it. They'd be like Visage or something. That'd be it. And now they're stadium rock fillers. They're huge. They conquered America. You went through some hard times. You came out the other way, and well done.
but see, I think what you just said there is a very good example of why they are and why certain other bands aren't. Because if you think about it, for me, you see, whenever I think of a band name, if I see a new band's come along or whatever, I always use a very simple test, which is, can you imagine that you're the announcer at a huge event? Maybe it's like broadcasting around the world like Live Aid or
Nelson
something.
Mandela
Or it's a
concert.
Nelson Mandela Freedom Concert.
Yeah.
And you can imagine someone
He's
saying,
there. He's there.
Nelson's there.
Yeah,
Everyone's
with the
there.
Spice Girls.
Oh, they're all there. But you can imagine someone saying, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
It's like,
The Rolling Stones. The Who.
Exactly. But you can't imagine someone saying, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Visage.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome our headline act? Welcome Idlewild.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Ned's Atomic Dustbin. It doesn't... Do you know what I mean? You just know that
The
there's-
Levelers.
some bands aren't going to make it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Mega City 4. Do you know what I mean? It's
Just a simple test. We'd like you to do that at
If
home.
you're thinking of starting a band, or you've just named your band, you're just beginning, just phone in, tell us, or email in, tell us what your band name is, and we will use that simple
and
test.
we will do the test. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome to the stage
The Franken Walters.
Jimmy Eat World.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Cooper Temple Claws. I don't think it's going to happen for those lads.
Here's a good
It's
one.
a simple test anyway, but
100
you know,
reasons, please welcome to the stage. 100 reasons.
100 reasons I think would work quite well. We're just going to give the email address, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
100 reasons. If I could.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome to the stage, Pop Will Eat Itself. Carl, have you got like a sound effect or something of like, get the atmosphere
Cheering.
we're going to test?
Cheering. We'll seek it out with.
Have you got something there? Have a look on there. I'm just looking in the NME, for the kind of forthcoming gigs of the smaller known bands, and it might be a useful place to just begin the.
Ladies and gentlemen, peoples around the world, will you please welcome to the stage Chumba Awamba?
Have you got a sound effect? We got one. Nice, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome to the stage the Parkinsons? Playing in Leicester this week, so I look forward to that.
That's a good plug, isn't it?
Let me see who else.
If anyone wants to pop down to Leicester to see the Parkinsons.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Cyclefly.
Okay.
Oh, there's a genuine one here. This is someone. Simon's emailed and he says, "Will you just test this name for us, Karl? If you can, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome to the stage Coach." Not utterly convinced.
No,
it's not too bad. It's not.
I'm worried about the sound effect. We start to sound like Chris Moyles or something.
Well, he's a top broadcaster. Everyone loves him.
Losing weight as well.
He is hilarious. funny man. Just there's one more coming here. I'll just check this one.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome, this is Chris in Oxford, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, meanwhile back in communist Russia.
Is that a band?
I assume so.
I assume it's his band,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
Well, how does he listen to us in, hold on, no, this is only local radio. How does he listen to us in Oxford?
Well, if only there was some kind of digital format that he could listen via the web net.
What is it?
What is
what is it?
What?
How does he listen in Oxford?
You can listen on Sky Digital.
Go on.
Channel 864.
Lovely.
864. Yeah.
And,
on the
the
internet?
web.
Yeah.
Okay, what would that web address be?
xfm.co.uk.
Sure.
Click on the audio.
Yep.
And you get XFM 10 seconds behind it actually happened.
Perfect.
Just of interest, what's the point of saying that if they can't sort of get us in London to listen to that, because they won't be, and they're either in London, so they won't go through this nonsense, or they're in Leicester, and they can't hear us saying Sky Digital.
Yeah, we haven't thought that through at all.
Because you might work in London for a bit, and then have
go back and spread the word.
And, leave.
Yeah. Go back and spread the word, disciples.
Move back to Leicester.
Yeah.
Tell your mates.
Yeah. Soon,
any number of combinations.
Soon, XFM is the most listened to radio station in Britain.
Yeah.
What we need is people on Radio 2 to give it a plug every day.
That'd be ideal.
Yeah, or Radio 1.
Yeah. Any of the big rivals. Virgin.
Yeah.
I mean, we've often plugged Virgin. It's a good station.
105.8 Virgin Radio London.
It's a great station. Really good station.
Hard 106.2.
Lovely.
You're listening to Magic 105.4.
Are you're getting quite a lot of voiceover work now, aren't you?
I am. Yeah.
That's not.
I've stopped all that though.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's all right. It was good.
Well, I'm all right now. I've got a bit of money.
Classic 60s bands. I've just suddenly. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome to the stage The Scaffold?
Oh, The Scaffold.
Do you remember The Scaffold, Karl?
You picked the lead singer looks a bit like him, but you know his brother that is in The Scaffold, don't you? Mike McGear. Do you know his brother that is?
What?
Do you remember The Scaffold? They did, we'll
the
drink to Lily the Pink, the Pink, the
they
Pink,
do
the
that?
roll.
The Roses advert.
Yeah, thank you very much for the entry, Iron. Do you know whose brother that is?
Whose brother? The lead singer?
No, the Mike McGear in it. Sort of one of the main men in it.
He's one of the songwriters in,
No,
The Scaffold.
Paul McCartney.
Is he?
Yeah.
I didn't realise that.
Yeah, that's Paul McCartney's brother. Think of that when they go home for Christmas. So I think Lily the Pink was what, about 1970?
Yeah. It was number one, wasn't it? Christmas number one?
Yeah, big number one, yeah. I don't know if it was Christmas number one. Two Little Boys was 1969, last year.
No, it definitely was number one.
Yeah, but I don't know if it was
Scaffold
Christmas
was.
number one.
It was, because I remember I did it in
Really?
Scaffolds,
Yeah.
Wow.
So they go home at Christmas and Mrs. McCartney goes, alright boys, how are you, Paul, how are you doing? I'm just starting a new band called Wings. Yeah, oh yeah, so this is Linda. Alright, yeah, sit down. Mike, what are you doing? Just had a number one. Brilliant, round of applause. How many number ones do you have, Paul? 19. Still. We know what we like, don't we?
We'll drink the human race.
Paul goes, wow, if you want to. The long and winding.
Boring. We'll drink. Linda, do you want to be in The Scaffold? We're probably going to go on tour and stuff. I know you love it. Well, I quite like it. Yeah. We'll drink.
You're not going to be in Wings if you're going to play with him.
Well, I got make a tricky decision. I mean, that's a great song. Everyone's loving it. It's Christmas number one.
What are you doing eating his bacon?
Well, I love it.
You don't eat bacon.
Yeah, but I love the music. He's a great guy.
Stop it. What are you doing?
Well, I just, I love the music. We'll drink. No, you don't.
Yesterday. All my troubles seem so...
Thank you very much for that.
Iron.
Imagine that, because imagine how different going, well, you've had 19 number ones. I mean, you know, it can be a time. Yeah, if things stay like this with the scaffold, I'm going to rule the 70s.
If things that carry on going like they're going now, the scaffold, ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome
to the stage, Beck.
Oh, nice one. Dandy Warhols. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Dandy Warhols.
There you are, it's never going to
That sounds like Levellers crossed with Wonder Stuff.
Rubbish, isn't it, really? I mean, well, you know, it's fine, it's chirpy.
It's a nice old song, but it's, you know, it's not...
It's that thing of it's just not essential. You just don't really need it in your life. If it never occurred, you wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you know what Karl just said?
Go on.
Were you listening?
Not really.
He looked out the window, and he looked at me, and he was looking at me, and I looked over at him, and I said, see, now's that would be good to die now. Like, what? He went, that weather, that would be good to die. And I said, of what? He went, old age.
Yeah.
What's going on up there?
He's a philosopher, Rick.
He is,
He's on a different plane to us.
You can't say it like that. The other week, I came in when it was really miserable, and I said to you, God, can you imagine dying today?
Yeah.
Because
whereas today you feel it would be a much better day to die because it's bright.
The curtains open, sun shining. It's like...
I mean, you'd still be a bit angsty about the dying thing, wouldn't you? I mean, I don't suppose that would be alleviated.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Well, hopefully we'll still be broadcasting, you know, when one of us reaches that happy moment, and we can check.
Yeah.
It's quite a lot of emails, Rick, coming in about band names. I think a lot of people are going wrong for a simple reason. They think it's funny to have an ironic band name.
Yeah.
They think it's a bit comical. And I just don't think there's any great bands that have had a comical name that have made it into stadium filling.
What was that band? Where's Me Jumper? What were they called?
I don't know what they were called. I mean, the obvious example of one that was never going to make it internationally.
Splodgeness Abounds? Splodgeness Abounds?
No.
I like them, though.
Splodgeness Abounds.
Splodgeness Abounds, they were great.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Carter the Unstoppable Sex Machine.
USM.
These are some of the ones we've had emailed in. These are bands, obviously, that haven't made it so far, and I don't think they will. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, the Lazy Birds. Nope.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, the Paperclips.
That's not a real band,
That's what someone sent in.
I know, but no band name is weirder than the others, and also you grow into it. I mean, the Stones and the Beatles are iconic because they are iconic bands.
What you think you'll grow into? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Shuttle Rock. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Treehouse Casino. I don't think they're gonna...
That's just made up!
Well, possibly.
Well, they all are,
but they
obviously.
But my point is, people say there's no logic to band names, but if you think a band name like the Smiths, that's genius.
It is,
It sums up everything that band is about, you know, the kind of... They're capturing that mediocre world of grim up-northness, you know.
My favourite, Sonic Youth.
Sonic Youth is genius.
Nirvana.
These are incredible band names, so there is some logic to it. I genuinely believe it. It's not just arbitrary words.
What about
The
Madness?
Cure. The Cure.
Madness sounds rubbish, but they're good, aren't they?
Yeah, but again, they were never gonna be world beaters.
But they were a comical band, essentially.
Yeah,
they were a knees-up party band, and Madness is fine for that.
But they had some great songs as well, and then it sort of turned it all, because then...
I mean, Rick, I don't know how many members...
Not Home Today is a great song, and
this is from an email. I don't know how many members of the band there are in Chimney Factory, but if there's 5 people, who decided? And they all agreed, that's the best name we can come up with.
Decided? Dell.
Right.
Well, he started the band, and they rehearsed around his house, so Dale went, look, it's called Chimney Factory, because my granny's doing it. They go, alright, Dale, but it's not, I've got some other, but no, it's called Chimney Factory.
I own the van and the amps.
There's Paperclips gone, there's a band in Leicester called Paperclips. We can't, we just argue over that forever.
And all I'm saying is think before you name your band, alright? Because it's never gonna happen if you've got a comical band name.
There was a feminist band called Clitoris All Sorts, which is quite good, isn't it?
But you laugh, and then you just think,
yeah.
You know, I'm never gonna have that on my t-shirt. Imagine that, Clitoris All Sorts.
It's that time of the day now, talking of that.
Yep.
Song for the Lovers.
Sure, it's beautiful.
Now, Steve, I mean, I will play great old tunes to the cows come home. We got to give them a little bit of Dandy Warhols and Air and Athlete. I know that, and they're great, they're good, right? But, I wanted to play a Cat Stevens song, but I thought I'd better not, because I've, play that a little bit. And we quite like resurrecting old reputations, don't we? People like Elton John who had bad faces, or David Bowie.
People whose names now are largely laughed at in the serious rock
circles. Or people that people might not have considered. I thought Cat Stevens, oh no, Rod Stewart, I thought.
Well, see, Rod Stewart, many people now are thinking of the leopard hot pants and the ludicrous hair.
Do you think I'm sexy and all those sort of awful stadium sort of disco things, but he wrote beautiful tracks from Maggie May and I thought, hold on, 2 birds with 1 stone. What about a Rod Stewart song? Written by Cat Stevens.
Wow. Is there such a thing?
The first cut is the deepest.
Let's hear it, Rick.
On this album as well is
the killing of George, Georgie Part 1 and 2, remember? About the gay bloke. Georgie Boy was gay, I guess, his favourite song, Carl's favourite song, right? And I was going, oh yeah, I remember that, yeah. I said about, and I said, did not intend to take his life, he just pushed it when he gets mugged and killed. Do you know what he said? I was sitting outside, I was singing, he went, well, as I said, they go out too late.
They go out too late?
He meant gay people go out too late. He went, no, they do. I went, what do you mean? He said, well, they're always out, they go out when people are coming home. He said, if he'd have been in bed by 10, he'd still be alive today.
That's a sobering lesson.
And he went, there's one that works here and he's shattered every Monday.
Oh, if you're gay and you're listening, just be in bed earlier. Go out when sensible people go out.
Yeah.
You're right, we're not on the continent, Karl,
if you're gay and you're not in bed by 10, go home.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
First cut is the deepest, Rod Stewart. Air, Don't Be Light, XFM, 104.9, 5 to 2.
Absolutely.
Ricky Gervais with me,
Steve
Merchant. Smirch.
Smirch.
The Smirch.
The Smirch.
And the K-Man. KP, Karl Pilkington, the K-Man.
Pressing the buttons.
Yeah. See that in Heat this week?
What was it?
About the campaign to stop Karl going back to Manchester. You know, because he's a miserable sort of northerner who goes, London's crap and I want to go back up north.
Yeah.
And I only need 40 quid a week to live up there like King and all that sort of rubbish. Right, well, Boyd from Heat, well, we met him at the, that award ceremony.
Oh, yeah.
And, we were saying about, oh yeah, he really enjoys Karl. He's getting a lot of people like Karl. And I was going, oh yeah, but he's thinking of leaving. He was going, oh, start a campaign. And he did, and he put it in there. So the campaign, so write in if you like Karl. If you think he's really annoying, then we'll stop talking to him.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like him.
I love him.
Yeah.
Have you ever read the, White Van Man column in The Sun, Karl? Are you familiar with this? This is where every day in The Sun they interview a guy who drives a white van, just, you know, in order to get the kind of voice of the man on the street in the paper. And he has to answer, or just give his opinions, really, on events that have made the news each week. Just thought we could maybe throw some of these at you, Karl. Because we know to see what your views are.
Yeah.
So, just the first thing that comes to your mind, the sort of, your initial reaction to each of these.
It's all these, but you don't need to know about them, it's just your philosophy on it,
yeah,
so.
just your views.
You know, yeah.
I have had a few days off this week, remember, so I don't know what's going on in the world.
Yeah, I mean, you stayed in London, though, didn't you?
Yeah, you didn't bury yourself, did you?
I normally see the news, but I didn't.
Okay. So, what was your view on Will Young beating Gareth Gates in the final of Pop Idol?
Don't like him. No. You know what I was thinking about when I was watching it all the way through?
Yeah.
How he looks like he's got a wire coat hanger in his gob. That sort of...
Right.
Again, it's radio, Karl.
Radio.
It's a great face.
It's a funny face you're pulling, doesn't it?
And, you know, but, you know, a radio.
And that's a problem for you, is it?
And just the way he's from a really rich family. I opened up the paper on the Monday or something, and it had like, oh, he went to a posh school and he's got loads of money already.
Yeah.
It's just a bit...
Okay. Right, what's the second question?
There have been huge rises in street crime, especially muggings and carjackings. What's your view there?
I don't know what it is. There's more youth clubs are needed, aren't there?
You think more youth clubs?
I like that.
No? Okay.
I like that because it's so 1950s.
Yeah.
It's sort of like you want a Bobby on the beat that'll clip you around the ear.
So once they've come out of national service...
Yeah! No, I love that. And if you find someone smoking a wood bomb, you make them smoke 50.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this is great. That is great.
Did you used to go to, youth clubs?
Yeah.
And they kept you out of trouble?
You used to get into a fight afterwards when
Sure.
you came out.
But for the sort of hour and a half you were there?
You had a bit of pool and some boxing and a bit of pop.
Yeah.
So more youth clubs, that's good.
I love him. I love him. If you're at home, just make notes, because this is brilliant stuff. Honestly, you won't hear more honest, from the heart stuff than this. This is great. Go on.
This is not pre-planned. These are your direct responses now.
I promise you, Karl did not know what we were going to do. He never knows what we're going to do, and he always answers honestly. That is the beauty of Karl.
What is your view?
It's not an act.
What is your view, Karl, on New York's former mayor becoming Sir Rudy Giuliani? Sir Rudy Giuliani.
Is he happy with it?
He appears to be pleased with it.
Let it go ahead.
Fair enough. Okay.
Go ahead. Oh, he's genius.
Okay.
Is he happy with it? He's like your nan.
Yeah, yeah. What do you make of Michael Greco's character Beppe being axed from EastEnders? Problem for you?
The whole soap thing. What's it's back in Coronation Street, isn't she? What's her name?
Who?
Bet Lynn's. She thought she'd go off and be a bigger star.
Yeah.
All went wrong, and now she's coming back.
Yeah. Always happens, doesn't it?
Beppe will be back.
Yeah.
No one really cares.
Sure.
What
And the
was
final
the
one.
van reply? That was the guy.
The White Van Man says, obviously they feel the character has run his course, but I think he's a pretty good actor and I can't understand why. See, I mean, obviously there's a White Van Man there who's also got an opinion on script
The
development.
through line,
Like the narrative through line of soap opera.
The 12-week narrative, the arc really showed itself up.
There's two last ones I want your opinion on here. What do you make of a cat that's been cloned in a secret 2.5 million research project?
To find out what?
If they
to
can
clone
clone
it?
cats, yeah.
Have they had to hurt it?
Sorry?
Have they had to sort of hurt it to do that?
Have they had to hurt it?
Yeah, or is it just scraping its tongue for some stuff?
I think the cat's fine. The point is that they're cloning another creature which is potentially very dangerous. Have you seen that film where they bring Hitler back?
That cat, what if that cat turned out to be a world dictator?
Exactly. What do you reckon of
No.
cloning generally, Carl? You concerned about it?
Well, I think they're cloning for organs,
I
you know,
don't
they grow them for the, you know.
Do you know what cloning means?
Yeah, it's when you like make something else that's the same, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, I mean it's not going to do any harm.
Okay. And finally...
When you're on the World Council.
Yeah. Finally, what do you make of some city workers who were caught bonking in the glass lifts of the Lloyd's building?
What do I make of it?
Yeah. Is that a problem for you? Do you think that's unprofessional?
Was it the lunch break or?
I think it was lunch break.
It was their own-
It's all right.
It's their own time, I think, fair enough. It only takes 45 seconds to go from the bottom to the top. Is that a problem? They moved quickly. They acted, you know, on instinct. You think fair enough? If that's their natural instincts and they're both consenting, you think fine?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks very much, Carl.
Thanks very much, Karl.
Carl,
Right,
we'll have
Steve,
more of Carl's world-weary opinions next time on the show. Listen, I want to play a track that I love.
I can't wait for this track. It's by a great band. Just going to do it before Steve does this. Coming up, we're going to give away a great game. I'm sort of clearing out my flat with tidying out, and then we've got a lot of junk there. And we're going to give away a great game coming up. You've seen it, Steve. You're excited.
I'm looking forward to that.
Look
It's a board
forward to that.
game,
It's a board game that we're all going to sign. It's going to be signed by Jerv, Smirch, KP, the K-Man. So you could win that.
The classic album Copper Blue by Sugar. Listening to it again recently, reminded how good it was.
Yeah.
This is the track Hoover Dam. Play it.
White Stripes, Fell in Love with a Girl on XFM 104.9, it's 2:10. Right, okay, that's the first hour out of the way. Next hour, Steve, I've got a game to give away. As I say, I'm sort of cleaning out my flat a little bit, and we were going to throw away stuff, and I went to say, oh, whoa, don't throw that away.
Yeah.
I can give that away on the show, because XFM don't give us anything to give away.
No.
Does anyone care what happens weekends?
No.
There's people coming here going, oh, he hasn't turned up, fiddling with stuff, fire alarms going off, the library. But we were looking for a track we played a couple of weeks ago on the same album, and it's gone.
Yeah, it's been pinched since we last played it.
This is I can't believe it, they're moving, that's like a tip out there, and I have to...
No, it is a disgrace, Carl.
It is absolutely, it's disgusting.
How many of the DJs on this station have won multiple awards like Ricky Gervais?
Yeah, how
many of them are double award winning?
To have someone of my calibre. I hurt my ankle, didn't I? Moving a chair. I had to move my own chair in here, and I hit my ankle. That'll teach me not to wear socks.
Yeah.
The socks would have just taken out the sting.
I think just walking around barefoot generally is a bad idea in London. You know, there's the needles, Rick, there's all sorts
I
of
know,
stuff.
or that, well, Posh does it in her video, she walks around barefoot.
Oh, you love
My
it.
heart's got a mind of its own.
Ricky absolutely loves the current Victoria Beckham.
Yeah,
film.
I like the sentiment, my heart's got a mind of its own. It's like, doesn't matter what I'm thinking in my head, my heart says something else. Of course, what we did for last week was change the lyrics.
Just walked
as you
around
do.
for ages.
Does anyone else do that? Just go, things like, my wife's got a cock of her own.
just-
Things like that, and,
Seriously, hours of amusement doing that.
just changing it, just there. Oh.
My knob's got some balls of its own.
We're doing that for a week. Meant to be working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were going to give away this game, Rick.
Yeah, it's called Donutters, and it's a game for 4 players, or 2 to 4
Have
players.
you ever played it yourself?
We sort of got it for a party, and I watched some people,
Can I try and sell it to punters who may...
Yeah, go on.
Play the part of a crazy donut-loving elephant in this hilarious game of fun and fast action.
yeah, you put on a little elephant thing, and you have to pull up get up the donuts.
Brilliant. Can you be the first elephant to get all your donuts on your trunk? Be the first one... the first one is...
So this isn't a sex game, by the way, there's no euphemisms there.
Some of this is a bit slightly damaged, the packaging, that's why I couldn't read that.
You're joking?
Yeah. But don't worry, because you're not
everything in
asking
there?
much for this, are you? We'll start at £5. Bear in mind it'll be signed by double award-winning Ricky
No,
Gervais.
of course it's free. And, Karl went, you got a question? I went, no. He said, well, something about the Elephant Man. I went,
Something about the elephant.
yeah, and I went, yeah. You know what, John Merrick? He went, yeah. He went, yeah, something about that. Awful, wasn't it? I went, you know where Michael Jackson actually bid for the skeleton of that? And he went, what, would the skeleton be affected? I went, without it grows, that's what happens, it's nice. And he went, you don't see any of that about these days, do you? And I just said, save it.
Although, of course, you have to put on these masks when you play Donutters, so in a strange way, that looks kind of Merrick-esque.
Yeah.
And the game, Rick, I should just tell people listening, is Elephantastic.
Yes, it is.
It says that on the box. So
It is Elephantastic. It is Elephantastic.
I mean, you yourself. Can I say a question, actually? This is a possible question.
Okay. Should we sign it first?
We should sign it, but based on the Elephant Man question, obviously, we all know who directed the Elephant Man film.
Sure.
Yeah.
Parker. No.
David Lynch.
Lynch, of course, yeah.
But do you know who one of the people that got that film made was? He's a very famous comedian. It was his production company that got it up and running. He may be an executive producer. I think he was even the producer of it. And he's an famous American comic actor. You wouldn't imagine this was the same guy who is also producing a very serious, sober film like The Elephant Man, alright? We want to know who was that man.
It's a bit hard for that.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, that'll separate the wheat from the chaff.
Hold on, have you seen anything else that's Elephantastic? Not even Wellephant was Elephantastic, he was Wellefantastic.
Rick, have you got any more memorabilia that you want to give to people maybe every couple of weeks? Because I have to say, I've got
the council won't take it away.
I've got loads of junk in my house. I've got an old fridge freezer in the front garden. Anyone's welcome to come and pick that up anytime. I'll sign it for them.
But what about children climbing in it? That's not one of those with the handles, is it?
There's several children trapped in there at the moment. Yeah, but that's a sobering lesson.
You know what?
Council who won't come and pick it up.
It's a problem though, isn't it? Because you can't just
smash it up. You're right. No.
I don't know what you're meant to do.
Well, listen, right, when I was growing up, I remember the council used to charge £5 or something to take away, like, cookers and fridges, so my dad used to bury them. Down the bottom of my garden, I don't know, there's a cooker, there's a fridge, there's a freezer of some sort, there's a dog and a couple of cats, they were dead.
I'm not saying my father's quite a mean man, as you know, but my dad used to do that with dead relatives.
Yeah, because those funeral parties take the piss.
Very expensive.
So, a funeral can be, you know, up to 40 quid.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Whereas a shovel, borrowed off the bloke next door, that's a massive saving.
And not given back, to be honest.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, he's going to go soon. What's he going to say?
Okay, to win Donutters, signed by Mr. Ricky Gervais and two other blokes you've never heard of. It's Elephantastic. Yeah. And the question is, what was the name of the famous comedian, American comedian?
Give out the number.
That produced, and had heavy production involvement in the film The Elephant Man. The email address is ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. Karl, what's the phone number?
08700 800 1234.
Right, next up, we've had a lot of requests. Karl's popularity is growing. They want to hear his Super Mega Mix, the Britney Spears thing. Big it up.
Yeah, that's good.
Tell us what it is.
Alright, it's Mark being Blade, the vocals of The Unknown, over Britney Spears. Hit Me Baby one more time.
Let's hear it. It's highly illegal.
Go on then, back announce it, Karl, it's yours, go on.
That's Mark being Blade there, with a bootleg.
And what's it called? You called it something, haven't you? You cleverly called it something. What did you call it?
Nick this record one more time.
Good, very good.
Karl Pilkington there, breaking all kinds of copyright rules.
Now, coming up, we're going to be talking a little bit of Feng Shui, the art of moving things around so it's better.
The ancient Oriental art of rearranging your living room.
Yeah, the ancient art of don't sit near a window.
Exactly.
Because you won't get any money for it. And we've got a book.
Well, we've been exploring Feng Shui for our amusement.
Yeah, and we're going to be reading some great things.
This is just good. It's good, solid Feng Shui advice for us.
I mean, what do we need to know? I mean, just keep those questions coming. If you've got any question for Karl, don't forget that's an ongoing thing. Anything in the world, any question, personal problems, philosophies, online, it can be out of it. Just ask Karl if you want. You know, just ask Karl. Okay. All right, Karl, you're up for that, aren't you?
Yeah.
And you give your honest opinion, won't you? Always.
Yep.
Yeah.
Should we give away Donutters?
Oh, it's been won. Who's won it, Karl?
Scott Hammond.
Well done, Scott.
He'll be loving that. He's probably going to have a party, especially to play Donutters.
We've had a number of right answers, but I'm afraid Scott's the winner. And the question, of course, was which famous American comedian was heavily involved in the production of the film The Elephant Man? It was, of course, Mel Brooks.
Surprising.
And he's got a company called Brooks Films.
Our first person that called in, I think he was a bit confused. He said, "Is it testicles?"
Yeah.
When what? The producer went, testicles.
What was that illness years ago? Right, there was a couple of lads at our school.
Oh yeah.
Had really big heads.
Right.
And webbed fingers.
And webbed fingers?
And
sorry, wait. Was that? Hold on. Did you find him in a pond? Did they used to be little tadpoles?
No, Karl, you're not confusing your past with an old episode of Doctor Who, are you?
called, these two?
And I think, I didn't mix with them. It was just like... Of
course not.
There was nobody thought anything of it at school. Cause
No,
it was like,
sure.
You used to it.
Yeah, it's the North.
There goes the creature from the Black Lagoon again.
yeah. He's late.
Brilliant at trigonometry.
He's late for double maths.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I didn't think anything of
What
it.
is it called? What is the disease called where two fellas, are they
Not even related.
rubbish?
Not related.
Were you near a nuclear power station when you were growing up?
Yeah.
You weren't really?
Yeah.
This has got a
I
bit
don't
heavy.
think that's it.
Hey, talking of enormous heads,
Yeah.
you were at the Pop Idol final, weren't you, Rick? You went
Yeah.
down there just because obviously Rick's a huge fan of Pop Idol. He wanted to be there. He wanted to give us support.
Quite seriously, there was no irony there. We were
Yeah, he
having
genuinely
great
is a
fun.
fan of it. And he was. You sort of had photos taken with various people.
Yeah,
didn't
of
you? 'Cause
course.
you were a bit drunk and you wanted to have a memento of it. There's obviously a
Yeah.
picture of you with Fat Man Rick Waller.
Yeah.
But the best one is a picture of Ricky and his girlfriend with Dr. Fox.
Yeah.
Whose head
It's twice the size of mine.
any other head. It's quite remarkable. I
He's
don't know how
like
they
a
make it.
barrel. He's a lovely bloke, and he was really nice to meet him and everything. But he looks like an immaculate tan, and he's always happy, and he's, he's
It
just
looks
really
on the
good.
picture, it looks like someone you might see in a carnival who's built a huge papier-mâché head. And it's just, we're like Frank Sidebottom, just sort of walking on the road. It's just incredible.
Dr. Fox didn't used to go to your school, did he? He used to hang around with a mate. They were great swimmers. They were brilliant swimmers. Oh, God.
Have we got another song lined up?
Yeah, what are we going to play?
For a munch.
Bit of who?
For a munch.
Let's hear it.
Faramunch, got ya. XFM 104.9. Well, as we promised, some feng shui. What do you want to know? Ratio of windows. It's one of those little books that you see at the sort of like the front desk of like Waterstones or Dillon's or one of those. And it's just, it's a little guide. It's, should I say what it is? I'm allowed, aren't I? Lillian Two's little book of, feng shui. And, obviously you can't go into it in depth, but it's some little,
Just some little sort of nuggets, I suppose.
Yeah, ratio of windows. The ratio of windows to doors in your rooms should not exceed 3:1. Too many windows cause all your luck to seep away. Obviously. Hello. It is also better not to have windows on the wall opposite the door.
Is that the case in your place, Carl? Because you may need to brick that up when you get back later.
I always remember, I used to work nights.
Yeah.
Right, and it was when my brother just sort of got kicked out of the army.
Yeah.
And my mum and dad went away on holiday, so he was staying with us.
He's got to write a book, this bloke. You have got to write a book, Carl. Go
I
on.
came back,
Yeah.
and there was women everywhere. There's women in every bed in the house. I thought, where am I going to sleep?
Had he set up a brothel? What?
So, no, it's just a bit of a one.
That's
so-
impressive, though. A girl in every single bed. I mean,
It was mad. So, I slept on the sofa downstairs, and I didn't sleep that well.
yeah,
But I slept on it before when it was facing a different way,
sure.
and I had a good sleep.
So for you, that's
So-
proved the worth of feng shui.
Yeah, I think there's something in it.
Did you honestly think there's something in it, though?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Okay, well, just read a few of the others, Rick.
Okay, well, it's not big. I think most people know this one. Display the three-legged frog for luck. Look for a three-legged frog. You can buy one from any Chinese supermarket. And place it in the vicinity of your front door, facing inwards as if it has just come into the house. Don't place the frog facing the door. Please.
Oh, come on, people.
What
Think before you place your frog.
I mean, this really is. I mean, but
What's the last page? Because that will be the most important one.
do you reckon?
the last one, I
The wealth vase. Make a wealth vase and keep it hidden in your cupboard. It can be made of gold, crystal or glass. Can I just say something? If you've got a vase made of gold, you're probably alright for money anyway.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
But this is the wealth vase. How do you make the wealth vase?
Fill it with semi-precious stones and with soil taken from a rich man's garden.
So just find the soil of a rich man. Take some soil from the...
This is like bury a piece of steak and the water will go.
Yeah.
I have a tooth of frog. This is...
It's the one where with the gods. Can you find that one?
Oh, where's that one? Yeah.
What do you make of feng shui, Carl? Is it something you believe in?
Well, like I said, I didn't sleep well on the sofa when it
So
was
for you,
facing
that's
the other way.
proof
So
positive.
yeah, you've got to get it right, haven't you?
I'd like Karl to read this out.
Okay.
Yeah, do you mind? Read it out. Just read it out loud.
Which one?
Yeah, the gods are here. Right. Okay.
Just read that. That's a good
Invite
bit
the
of
gods
Yeah.
of wealth into your home.
Yeah.
The Chinese have several gods of wealth,
Yeah.
which they display in their homes to attract what? Prosperity.
Prosperity.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. My personal favourite is Chi Yi,
Yeah.
who sits on a tiger.
He sits on a tiger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
it's pretty difficult to find this fella.
Yep.
If you could use Kang Kung or the 3-star gods, oh no.
Read them out!
Read out the names of the star gods.
FUK.
Read it out! Just read
he's a
it
god.
out! It's
He's
a
a
Chinese
god.
god. You're
He's a
allowed to
Chinese
say
god.
Chinese god on the radio.
No.
You are allowed to say
If you're allowed to
Chinese...
say it, you say it then.
Well, look, you're so immature.
Read the 3 of them out, Rick.
Okay, if he is difficult to find, you should use Quan or the 3 stars, Fuck, Luck and Sal, all of whom bring wealth and prosperity.
Then what were the names of the gods again? Because if I'm making a note at home, Rick,
Well,
I better...
it's a Chinese god.
Yeah, there's Quan Kun, or you can use Luk Sao.
You can't.
What? But it's a god. FUK. That's how it's
Yeah, I assume. I don't know if we're pronouncing it wrong. I really apologise.
Apologies if we're offending anyone who's of an Oriental persuasion. But that's Quan Kun or Luk Sao or Fuck. And any of those gods are available at a Chinese supermarket.
Near you.
Yeah. That's Feng Shui. It's an ancient art. You can't give me that look.
Clinic. Walking with thee. So that's Feng Shui.
That's Feng Shui sorted.
We've given away donutters. We've talked a little bit about band names today. With more insight into Karl's psyche. Now you during that record you said, we knock everything. You saw something about the Bermuda Triangle, didn't you?
Yeah, when I talked about Ghost, you sort of just, because you don't believe in it. I think it's because you're scared of it, to be honest, and you can't admit to understanding it and
Sure.
actually believing in it.
Sure.
Thing on last night, Steve.
Yes.
Bermuda Triangle.
Oh yeah.
Do you know much about that?
Mainly the song
Yeah.
by what was his name?
What's his name?
Bermuda Triangle,
Triangle.
where people
No,
disappear.
no,
Bermuda
did-
Triangle.
What's his name? No, Barry Manilow.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the lyrics? Bermuda Triangle, where people disappear. Bermuda Triangle, don't go near.
Yeah.
I shouldn't really make a joke out of it.
No, you're right. Go on.
But, what it is, right, there's a programme saying what it's about. What do you know about it?
As I say, mainly from what Barry's told me, but certainly planes and various boats have gone missing within the Bermuda Triangle.
Planes?
Yeah, but obviously that documentary didn't explore
He
it.
learned a lot about that. For that. I learned a lot about American history through "We Didn't Start the Fire" by Billy Joel.
Again, most
So-
of my knowledge of the sort of Tsarist Russia comes from
Rasputin by Boney M.
Well, listen.
Yeah, he was the lover of the Russian Queen.
They put some poison into his wine.
Yeah. They shot him till he was dead.
Yeah.
Which is, go on.
Right, well, this,
those
right,
Russians.
sort of, bit of an earthquake in the sea.
Sure.
Lets out methane gas.
Okay.
And apparently, if you were swimming out in the sea,
Yeah.
and there was like an earthquake and some methane came out, you can't swim in it, you just sink.
Okay.
Even if you're a good swimmer.
What happens if you're 2 lads from your school? And they
Heads.
yeah, that's like a buoy.
Doesn't
They can
work.
see them a mile off,
No, no,
and
no.
their webbed hands would get them into shore.
Because they did actually say, even if you're wearing a life jacket, if the water's full of methane, right,
You just sink.
You just sink. So what it's saying is, boats have gone across the sea, got a load of methane in the sea, and the boat just sinks.
Right. What about the planes?
Is it then sort of planes with little sort of floaty things
Could
on?
be.
That'll be the sort they've landed in the sea.
Right.
And methane's coming.
Well, sorry, Carl. What did the documentary say? Not I imagine.
Yeah, your hypothesis might be one
Yeah.
thing.
What did they say on the
They
documentary?
didn't cover that bit. They didn't do
cover the planes.
They didn't do the planes.
Something else they said about it though.
Go on.
Loch Ness, the monster,
Sure.
probably doesn't exist.
Okay.
What
Oh.
it is,
Interesting. Hold on. Interesting. Oh, interesting.
Is-
What they thought the Loch Ness probably didn't exist.
Curious viewpoint.
Hold on. What proof have they got for that, Carl? How can they go around saying stupid things like that?
it's methane,
Right.
In Loch Ness.
and people have seen, what's the lake it's in?
Loch Ness.
Yeah?
It being the Loch Ness monster.
Yeah.
That's where it lives. That's how it finds its way home.
That's certainly the clue.
Yeah,
Again, Carl, that's the clue.
Yeah, it's a clue. And if it's out wandering, it goes, excuse me, would you know where I'm being the Loch Ness monster? Where would I be gone? Oh, you'd be going to the Loch Ness if that's your home. It's away over there, you
So
big
anyway,
monster, you.
So the bubbles from the
Sure.
methane bubble up out of the water.
Yeah.
People think, oh god, it's a monster's head. But it's not, it's just water sort of shooting up because of the bubbles.
Well, that's 2 of the great mysteries of the universe solved by Karl P on a Saturday afternoon.
That is fantastic. So, that makes me think a lot of things. So when mediums are sort of like going, oh, I've got something coming through. Do you think they are exhaling a lot of methane gas? And thus That's making them not think straight. Do you think everything's down to methane gas? Do you think that all the mysteries of the universe are down to methane gas, Carl? What did it say in the documentary you saw?
About what?
What was the budgie happy? We know that budgie was sad. Was it in a room? Because they used to take canaries down the mines, didn't they? They used to take canaries down the mines, they'd smell the methane, and then the budgie would be happy.
Yep.
I'm not going to teach you anymore.
Play record.
The long and winding
Should we introduce this, shouldn't we?
Go on, then.
Oh, it's Beatles, Long and Winding Road.
Smooth. Are we getting paid for this?
Our Freaks Electric, Richard X and the Sugar Babes on XFM 104.9. Well, nearly through, we've had a few laughs again,
Yep.
a few tears.
Absolutely, as always.
Few, oh, excuse me, and don't be alarmed, I look quite frightening, but I'm merely a nice monster. I seem to have lost my way home. Could you direct me in the right direction?
Nice to meet you, yeah, Karl Pilkington.
Hi.
What's your name?
Why do you need to know my name?
Well, it might help me to find out where you come from.
Oh, my name's the Loch Ness Monster.
Okay, alright, give me a second. What was your name again?
Loch Ness Monster.
See, this is what I mean. When you came in, you're all over me. Like a rash.
Being nice to you.
Yeah. Gets towards the end. Nasty.
It's the phone. Answer it. See who it is.
Just think, when you think about...
Can you give us a second, listeners? Just amuse yourselves for a moment. We're
Who
just
is it?
speaking to, Carl's just on the phone there, speaking to someone. We'll just, keep you abreast of who that is.
is it?
Time, it's, 10 to 3.
wants to know if you're doing a live show somewhere tonight.
So, just a private call now, asking Ricky... if
I
he's
am,
performing
yeah.
later.
But
Ricky, of
I
course,
don't want to
has
say it
appeared
now.
recently on television.
I
David
don't mind
Brent
one person.
in
I
the
don't want
hit
to
sitcom
get
The
out there.
Office, and often performs live at different venues around the
Yeah.
country.
Okay.
So while those two take care of business... Alright guys, have you finished that private call? Jeez, that was outrageous. You know you're a fan of Feng Shui, Karl, and you believe it's all true. I just run this one past you just on the off chance.
Yeah.
Because it may be that you change your opinion slightly.
Yeah.
Feng Shui teaches you to use your environment wisely.
Sure.
If your land and the surrounding area is undulating, it's said to house auspicious dragons. When land is flat and featureless, the dragon is missing and the land is said to be less auspicious.
Excuse me, they call me the Brixton Dragon.
Sure.
I seem to have lost my way. I know it's South London somewhere, but could you help me find my home?
What's your name?
Well, they call me the Brixton Dragon. I don't.
Right, where are you from?
I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Aye.
Oh, okay, man. So does that make you query it at all, the dragon?
I'm not into it that much.
Right,
I'm
sure.
just saying that if you have your head at one end of the bed rather than the other, it might make a difference to your night's sleep.
It's not so much Feng Shui though, is it, as sort of good advice? Generally. When you went home...
Don't sleep on the end of a spike near a cliff.
Good
I mean that's good advice, isn't it? You know what I mean?
When you went home and the house was full of women, why did you sleep on the sofa? Why did you not pop upstairs and sort of...
Into a warm bed.
Yeah, with a woman. Were they dressed, or... Is your brother still sort of have those kind of parties, or...?
I haven't seen him for years.
Sure. Where's he
really?
living now?
I don't know.
Okay.
What's his name?
Mark.
He's not known as like Moss Side Mark.
Because that could be a clue.
10 Dawlish Road Mark.
He's never out of prison long enough to get a nickname.
Hey,
Really?
steady on, it's getting a bit heavy, isn't it?
God. Is this what's motivated a lot of your anxiety?
Yeah.
The hair loss, that sort of thing?
We always go a little bit too far, don't we?
They're a bit dark at the end of the show.
I know. Well, it's, well,
Do
sorry
a
about
request
that.
then for Pete.
Oh, Pete wanted a little bit of Muse. Yeah, if Pete wants it. I mean, I'm not a big fan. I don't mind Muse. I've still not got over them doing that, summertime song. What was it called?
Nina Simone cover, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, listen, let's not bring the show down.
No.
Let's play Muse, and then we'll be
Pete
pretty
in
much
South
finished.
Kensington. Plug in, baby.
Let's enjoy it.
Star Sailor and Poor Misguided Fool. With me, Steve Merchant, and Karl Pilkington.
K-Man, round of applause for K-Man.
Yeah.
But no one's announced who you are.
Ricky Gervais.
Gervais.
It's XFM 104.9.
Saturday afternoon. If you didn't know that, I don't know why I mentioned it. That was stupid, really. You must know that by now.
Well, we've got some great things coming up.
We have
haven't
indeed.
We've got songs and chat and things.
We'll also, of course, be running through the white van man questions from the Sun again, but this time Karl will be answering them. I look forward to that.
Yeah.
Can we do that fairly soon? Oh, there's some good questions this week.
Yeah, we will, but as I was coming in, there was like a bunch of posh lads, I think university students, trying to get in, because they're doing one of those scavenger hunts that they have to get points for charity and do stuff, and one of theirs is get on a live radio show.
Right.
So I sort of felt sorry for them. So I said they'd come on here just for 5 minutes.
Who are
that's
they?
all right. They're just
Are they toffs?
they are sort of like toffs, but they're trendy toffs. They're obviously
Trendy toffs? I don't know
Yeah.
what's that. Is that like Lady Victoria Hervey? Is she a
No,
trendy
I don't mean that. No, they're both sort of like that. Will of Pop Idol.
Right.
They're like him, sort of like trendy but posh. They seem nice enough, and they're doing it. They do it for a cancer charity, and they just get
They've got, for what is it, like they got their sponsor to do various
exactly. I
charities?
don't know quite know how it works, but they're gonna come on and because we get for coming on this live radio show, they get 17,000 points.
Right, good.
If I can put that in context,
Yeah.
if they were to say did it help deliver a baby, they only get 7,250 points.
But it's much easier.
It is. There's lots of women just
Happily gonna
dropping
let a couple of
sprogs
posh
all
boys.
over the place. You can't get on a live radio show these days for love nor money.
That's true enough.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
When are they coming in?
Carl said they're going to just.
1:30. I had a word with them.
Okay, what did you make of them?
They are posh,
Really?
but they said they're going to wander about and go and see if they can deliver a baby and that, and then come back here for 1:30. And I don't know if it how much.
I hope they don't like leave a baby sort of half out. You know, if they've got it. You know, they're push. Sorry, we're gonna have to shoot off. We've got to go
Yeah,
and see.
we've got to play an instrument in a marching band for 8,500 points.
Well, I did say be here definitely at 1:30 because I don't want you getting in the way of the white van questions.
And the other thing is, right, they get 7,500 points for delivering a baby, but they get 9,000 points if they cut Peter Stringfellow's hair.
Well, he's very precious about his hair.
It's a more delicate operation, isn't
Absolutely.
it? There's more that can go wrong.
That's true enough.
Take an unconventional animal for a walk in a park. What is an unconventional
animal?
I think that could be a dog that just doesn't play by the rules.
Yeah, that's a dog that's into Slipknot.
Yeah, that wheeze in a urinal.
Yeah, exactly.
Standing up.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward
Well,
to
yeah,
that.
I'm sure they're lovely guys. Good luck to them.
Yeah, we'll see later. Nirvana, man who sold the world. Carl's all confused because it didn't tell you it was ended, did it? What is that then? Is that a sort of glitch in the computer?
Just applause, isn't it?
I
Careful,
can't
they
hear
might
it.
start swearing. You know what they're like. Rock stars.
Yeah,
Their blue language.
yeah, and all their habits and all
Oh.
that. Yeah, it says track ending now. It's a bit
Stop
late now,
talking about
isn't
it. That's you're giving away all the secrets of radio and that. People think it's like an old piece of vinyl that we've put on a needle, you know, like those old bits of footage of Tony Blackburn. That's what they think it's like. They don't realise there's computers doing it all.
Yeah.
Rick, you're showing them behind the curtain. Never do that.
I won't. I
Never
won't.
do that, mate.
In the week, I called Karl up. I said, "How are you, mate?" He went, "Not too bad." Now, as you know, his girlfriend's been away for ages, hasn't she? Covering the World Cup, the African
Nations.
Cup. She's a sports journalist.
Well, yeah.
All right. Okay.
I love the fact you're thinking, what does that mean? Like, well, she's not much of a journalist, Rick, to be honest. I've read some of her stuff.
No, but she's not on air. She does stuff. You know.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Sure.
A lot of journalists do. You want to make clear that you're not going out with Kate Adie. That's what you want to make clear, isn't it? Yeah. Now, so she'd seen none of the meteoric rise of Karl as a
Right, 'cause
broadcaster.
she's been away for the whole time
a
since you've sort of
raconteur,
become...
a wit,
Yeah.
a cult figure, to be honest. And he hadn't told her this. So apparently he went home and she was sitting there, looking a bit grumpy. He went, "All right." She went, "Yeah." She went, "Should we go out then?" She went, "I'm not sure I want to go out with an idiot." Right?
Oh, no!
Yeah. And she went, "Loch Ness Monster. Why don't you just think? Of course the Loch Ness Monster lives in Loch Ness." And she was giving a bit of a hard time. She went, "That's why he said, "That's why I didn't tell her. I didn't tell her really." Same thing happened when I was at school and I had to play drums in Little Donkey. I didn't tell my parents, right? But my dad turned up anyway. And what happened?
He,
How old were you, Carl?
well, it was the school that I used to go to.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
So-
Oh yeah. You used to go to the school you used to go to.
No, but what I mean
Go
is,
on.
I didn't go to secondary, did I? So I missed a lot of that.
Sure.
But primary, I liked.
Oh,
It was all colouring in and stuff.
Yep.
And it was a Christmas play, and I managed to get a part in it. And,
Did you audition?
got a part in it, and I should have been playing the drums to the one about Kings.
We Three Kings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was meant to be doing that, but Little Donkey came on, and it was one of those.
What do you mean came on?
That was like next up on the next song,
Right.
and it's one of them songs that you can't help sort of.
Tapping along to.
Yeah. Do you know, like if I was to go,
Yeah, you'd have to finish it with...
yeah. Do you know that they actually send that into space?
Do they?
And
What, hoping that aliens will respond with that?
yeah, they do that because apparently it is one of them things that you can't help.
What, even if you're an alien life form?
Yeah,
They know that, do they?
but anyway.
What, because they watch Star Trek or something?
Hello. Knock, knock.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
Is it true, like, if you
who's
send
there?
out knock knock into space, yeah, they have to say
Oggy, oggy, oggy. Ah, that is great. Look.
Seriously.
Oh, hold on, what's something out there? What's a little green fella? That is great.
Yeah. So anyway,
That is
Little Donkey is like one of them tunes that you can't. And I was there, and I had the drumstick, and I thought, oh god,
The drumstick.
I could feel myself. And anyway,
Just wanting to do it, yeah.
I started going along and playing Little Donkey, which I wasn't meant to do, but it went down such a storm.
What, were there people like parents and that dozing off, and then suddenly they heard your version of Little Donkey, and they thought, wait a minute, now it's really picking up.
What do you mean?
I'm glad we paid £1.50 for this.
What do you mean it went down such a storm? I'm going, hold on, was it like when
People have
Ringo...
lights in the air.
You know, like when Ringo joined the Beatles now going, boo, Pete Best, but he went...
Yeah,
And I went, whoa! Oh,
Oh,
God.
but the teacher just said, oh, it went down really well, you can do that again tonight,
Right.
when you're in it again. But anyway, so my dad was there, and...
And you hadn't told him about this performance, so
no,
he
I never
just
did.
turned up
I
off
never
his own
did.
back.
I never took the letters home and stuff to see,
No.
you know, show my mum and dad, because it just put me off. So, anyway, he turned up, don't know why, he must have heard from someone else's dad.
Yeah.
He turned up, and he swore about me, which...
Did he?
I don't...
Could you
do
use
you think
a
it's-
word
it's allowed
that's...
to be said? The word?
Of course it is.
Right. If you got a kid in the car or anything, you can turn it down now.
Karl.
Yeah.
Right. But he said, there was a guy stood next to him with a camera, big video camera, filming it, and he said, yeah, film it, but try and avoid getting the twat in the hat in the shot, because I had one of those porters, you know, the little round pork pie hats on.
Right.
This is so sad.
What, was this a nativity play?
It was about Jesus and stuff.
Yeah, well, there was a porter there helping him with his bags.
Of course it was, I forgot.
I mean, Mary and
What,
Joseph,
managing the
they got
stable?
there. Yeah, because it was the hope, you know, because the inn was full. But
Yes.
I think the porter doubled up with the inn and the stable.
Right, that was nice.
So
of
he,
him.
yeah,
He
yeah,
carry bags over, yeah.
yeah, no, so yeah.
You're right though, I don't know why I was wearing one of those, but I was. And
And your father said that, and how did you know your father said that? Did you
he told
hear
me
it?
about it later.
Oh, he told you about it later?
Yeah, I was talking about stuff I'd done at school, and he said, "Oh God, remember that?" And I spoke to him the other day about it,
Right.
and yeah,
Oh, God.
shame.
So that was the end of your sort of drumming career, really? Because it could have been, I mean, you know, the audience loved it the night before.
Yeah.
You could have, like, been, like, who knows, a whole new world for you.
Yeah,
Have
that
you
is.
done any stuff?
I've never drummed. I wish I had. Man. I wish
But
I had.
that is
That's a movie story, but
is that, and that's why you don't tell, your mum and dad don't know you on the radio,
No,
do
they
they?
think when they were down the other weekend, they had to come in here. I just said, "Oh, I'll just go in and press the buttons."
Because they could listen on Sky Digital, couldn't they?
They could do.
But you wouldn't want that, would you?
I don't want that.
No. Play
Karl.
a record, I want to talk to you again a little bit about this later.
yeah.
Princess Superstar, Bad Babysitter, first played on this show by Steve Merchant, by Bad Steve Merchant.
That's true
By Steve Scratch Merchant. I mean, I still like that, but the videos put me off it a little bit, because it's just, it makes it into the novelty record it always had the potential of being, do you know what I mean?
I agree. Although I was never a big fan of Bad Babysitter was not my favourite from the album.
Sure. Sure.
If people want my interest and my views on hip hop, then they can always email in, Rick, of course.
Or call you at home.
Just give me a ring at home, no problem.
Yeah.
Or I just pop out and hang with them in the hood.
Yeah, sure.
so, yeah.
Now it's time for White Van Man.
White Van Man. Yes,
Just
for those
explain what it is.
those that don't buy the Sun, they think it's beneath them. White Van Man is a column they have, I think, every day actually, and they just get sort of some, Joe Public to kind of comment on the week's news. Just seemed to me, that it might be interesting to get Karl's views on some of the big events.
Not because we think that Karl hasn't got a valid sort of viewpoint. No. Because Karl sees the world differently to some people. That's all, and that's what's interesting. Like an artist does, or
exactly. Yeah, he's very bohemian in his outlook.
Yeah.
Do you feel that you're up to scratch on this week's news?
I don't like this bit.
Don't you?
Don't just relax.
Why not?
It's pressure.
No, because you
It's
just
not
have to
precious.
give us your first
Just
opinion.
for your honest answer. That's all we've ever asked of you, Karl, and it's all you've ever given us. Your honest, your first from the heart view. Yeah.
All
Don't
right.
worry, just relax.
Just chill out.
Are you worried that people are listening and thinking you're an idiot?
If my girlfriend's listening now, go and have a wash or something.
Go and have a wash.
Not very nice, is it? Is it the opposite of Napoleon and Josephine? Yeah, go on. If you're going to visit me again, Josephine, say wash.
Well, I'll ease you in with something fairly easy, a music-based question. Kylie Minogue versus Dido as Queen of the Brits. What's your view there?
Go and have a wash.
It doesn't really matter, does it?
What doesn't really matter?
With the Brits. I was watching it the other night, and I think Kylie will be a good-looking old woman. Do you ever do that sort of thing?
I want to, Steve, I want to celebrate with you. Every time he opens his mouth, it doesn't matter. I want us to open a bottle of champagne.
I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean? It's sort of like we did that.
Yes.
No, do you do that though? Look at people, and another person who springs to mind, Jenny Powell. I don't think she's that good looking now.
Who's Jenny Powell? Is she that girl that used to be the assistant on Wheel of Fortune?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's a bit over the top for a young woman. But when she gets older, I think she'll look...
Be a bit of a stunner. Okay. So, for you, Kylie Minogue... Whereas you don't feel that about Dido, is that right?
She's alright, she's normal. I prefer Kylie's sister to Kylie.
Okay.
Looks, you know, I can imagine her being hard work to live with and
Who, Kylie?
not
Right.
being washing up and that.
Right, sure.
Being a bit fussy.
Okay. And what do you make of taxes rising in the next budget to pay for NHS improvements?
Well, my dad went to hospital to have an operation once.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's worth paying it because I've got something.
Because people might have to go to hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it makes a change when it's someone in your family, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because you sort of realise.
Yeah, a change is as good as a rest.
And the weird thing is, if it weren't for my dad, I wouldn't be here doing this show because when he was in hospital.
Well, no, I'll stop you there.
Yeah.
To be honest, that's all you need to know.
You wouldn't be here, true, but no, but...
Well, no, because this was after I was born. So I would be here.
But his more direct involvement was what?
Yeah, because when my mum was seeing my dad in the hospital, I got a bit bored, went for a wander, found the hospital radio station,
Yeah.
and got a gig.
Really?
So, in a real sense, if it wasn't for Carl's dad, Carl wouldn't be here.
And did your dad, like, while he was listening to you, did he, like, sort of tap the nurse and go, can you get that twat off the air?
Who's put him in that act?
Yeah. Okay, what do you make of the real-life Mowgli who's surviving in a Transylvanian countryside? Apparently, I don't know much about this story.
I don't know.
You know Mowgli, he's the guy
He's
from
the
the
one-
Jungle Book.
Yeah.
The little kid that grew up with bears and animals and stuff. Apparently there's a real-life one in Transylvania.
What were the things in Gremlins?
What were the what? In Gremlins they were...
Well, wait. Okay, this is an example. This is what your girlfriend said. Think. What were the things in Gremlins called?
I can't remember.
Just, I mean, really.
Something like that, isn't it?
No, wait. Just really think now, Carl. Just with everything you've ever, with all the brain power you've ever used, think what the things in Gremlins were called.
It's not there.
There's a clue here.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What?
Gremlins.
Yeah.
Play a record, Carl.
Well, we're back, and there's a few more people here.
It's absolutely well done.
Yeah.
Well observed.
Yeah. Do you want to say hello?
Hi guys.
And what are you doing here?
This is Mark and James, or Sco and Belch, and we're here.
Sorry, your name's a what?
Sorry, say the last bit again.
Oh, what?
Sco and Belch.
Sco and Belch?
Yeah, that's right.
Do you want to explain that?
No.
No, from the drinking games, I imagine.
Yeah.
We've got
Oh.
worse names than that, but it's radio, so.
Sure.
Now, you're presumably students.
We've just graduated. Well, we kind of graduated. We've been in work like about a year or two.
And what do you do?
I work for a management consultancy. I work for a distribution company up in Birmingham.
Well, okay.
So,
Now,
great
what
boy.
you're doing is a scavenger hunt, and you're raising for a cancer
Colon
charity,
Cancer Research.
right? And you've got to do. And this is we're just helping you out here because for 17,000 points, you have to get live on a TV or radio show.
That's exactly it.
So
and
here we are.
That's why we're here. Yeah.
Do you ever listen to XFM?
I know of it. Yeah. I listened to it a few times.
Sure. What kind of music, what kind of sounds would you normally be into?
I
love cheesy radio, sort of school disco, sort of, 80s stuff.
Sure. Sorry, what was your name again?
Mark, or Sco.
Sco. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're...
Belch.
Belch. And what sort of sounds would you be grooving to, Belch?
Cheesy.
UK garage?
Well,
Craig David.
a bit of house, just very occasionally. A bit of cheese. It depends what kind of mood I'm in, you know.
Now, you don't listen much, but I mean,
Kiss a Celeb, because Karl...
Yeah, we actually wanted to do that with you, Ricky, is that right?
No.
That's not going to happen with Ricky, but you know Carl's now got his name mentioned in Heat magazine.
Is that right? Well,
So
that's
if you want
brilliant.
to snog Carl, we'd love to see that.
I mean, we don't want to snog Karl, but I mean, we were thinking if there was kind of a female presenter here, we might be able to do something, but
What are you saying?
A female placenta?
well, if you've got one.
Have you seen some of the female presenters that work on XFM?
Oh, placenta!
Is that why they're on radio?
I thought you said placenta.
That's unlikely.
I know, well, now what's the other things you've got to do here?
So what's some of the things you've done already?
Well,
See, some of these worry me, like start a fire in Pudding Lane
Oh, we've done that already.
for 4,700 points.
Well, I'll tell you what we have done. We've been on Phantom of the Opera stage already.
Have you?
Yeah, we just asked the stage door guy. And,
that wasn't during the show, I see.
No.
And that's right. He actually mentioned that we shouldn't speak about that too.
Otherwise he'll get sacked.
Sacked. But yeah, he was really kind. Let us on.
We've jumped in Trafalgar Square Water with doing a sort of Friends impersonation, so that was
Right.
How many points
pretty
did you get for that?
We got 2,000 points for that. We got
Right.
8,000 points for being on the stage at Phantom of the Opera, and we get double that. We get like 18,000 points, which is almost the maximum for being here right now.
Really?
So that's
well,
absolutely great.
Honestly, I wouldn't worry about the little things. I'd go for the big.
Yeah, that's it.
bucks
We're
here.
not interested in the little stuff. We want to go for the big stuff.
Yeah.
So what were the big ones are, get on stage with S Club 7, that's not going to happen, is it? When have you got till 6 today?
Well,
Yeah.
S Club 7 are on at the London Arena at about 2 o'clock. So,
Good luck.
Okay.
but I think it's going to be very, very difficult to get on there. But we never
I
know.
think so, yeah. Get in the vaults of a bank.
Yeah,
You see, some of these are bordering on the illegal. That's 20,000 points for that. Like getting a cage at London Zoo. Don't do that. I mean, it's 10,000 points, but don't do it. Unless it's a penguin cage.
Well, that's what we were hoping. Just some kind of timid animal we might be alright with. You know?
Yeah,
If
sure.
anyone's got any good ideas for sort of funky things to do on air, then
Okay, well, if you leave your number and anyone calls in, they can help you with anything.
Well, maybe some of S Club 7 are listening.
Or
let's hope so, because I mean we love them to
if
bits.
they are, it is for charity, and the points get awarded into money for colon cancer research. So it'd be absolutely fantastic if we could.
Yeah, so Bradley, John, Tina, if you're listening.
Yeah, if you're listening, or any celebrity out there who's a female celebrity, we need to snog them. It doesn't
Hold
need to be a
on,
long
wait a minute,
snog,
wait a minute.
but if we can, that'd be great.
This is good for 7,000 points. This looks like a good one. Play the organ in a church. That must be easy.
Is that a metaphor?
Yeah, but you know what church people are like.
It says the bigger the better, so it might be.
That's got to be euphemism.
Yeah, it's got to be, hasn't it? Yeah. Well, thanks very much. Good luck.
Good luck, guys.
Guys,
Get
thank
a
you very much.
Thank you
Frenchman
very much.
standing outside Les Mis looking Miz.
That's going to happen.
That's good.
Man, a big gun type thing on the HMS Belfast.
That won't
Well, we've got
happen.
the big gun, it's just finding the boat, which is the problem.
Oh,
So.
calm down. What was your name? Bo? Poe.
No.
Poe.
Let's go.
Go. Thanks very much.
Guys, thank you very, very much. Cheers.
Cheers, bye. The streets, let's push things forward on XFM 104.9, the home of charity.
That's true.